FM at HD Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub. Station. This is Boston Bruins hockey. Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Talfair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, Service Credit Union, and by Catches Law.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over! The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup!
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Wendy's, Live Nation, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From TD Garden, it's Boston Bruins hockey. Tonight, in the midst of a road-heavy schedule in the month of November, the Bruins make a quick stop on home ice, hoping for their 10th win in the last 12 games as they play host to the Carolina Hurricanes. Great to have you with us, along with Bob Beers. I'm Ryan Johnston. Tonight's storylines are brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado, where dependability comes standard. Bruins are coming off an emotional penalty-filled win in Montreal on Saturday night. Started with 2 fights in the first 4 minutes. Goals from Marat Husnadinov, Mason Lohrei, and Victor Arvidsson, en route to a 3-2 win over the Montreal Canadiens. But in order to secure that victory, Marco Sturm's team needed to kill off 7 Canadiens power plays.
Yeah, it was very important. Again, we didn't want to give up that many penalties, but I guess it was both ends, so I'm okay with that. It's just, anytime you give up, especially 3-on-5s, that's usually not a good sign. But again, my guys did a great job, preventing any really got good opportunities from Montreal.
Yeah, so it's been an issue for them all year. There's going to be games where it gets away from you a little bit and you take some penalties, and that was an emotional game. It was played with a lot of emotion, a lot of intensity, and some of the penalties were, when you look at them, but some of them were definitely penalties. So you've got to be able to play the game that's presented to you sometimes. Ideally, you take very few penalties, you get everybody involved, and it's that kind of game for you. But that was going to be a penalty-filled game right from the start. Unfortunately for Bruins, they ended up on the short end of all that. But so I think from Boston's standpoint, the PK was outstanding. The 5-on-3s, outstanding. I want to give the Bruins full marks, and you have to. But Montreal's 5-on-3 was not good. I can imagine Marty St. Louis designing some practices trying to improve that 5-on-3, because they had ample time, almost a full 2 minutes in the first period and the second period on a 5-on-3 to do something with it. And not only did they not score, they generated very few grade A chances. And when they did, Swayman was there. But, the penalty killers did an outstanding job against the Canadiens in that one. So, whether it was 5-on-3 or 5-on-4, that was an area that had to excel. And you've got your top offensive players sitting on the bench. You got Pastrnak and Geeky, who don't kill penalties, sitting on the bench for an extended period of time while you're killing these penalties. You want them out there, right? Especially in a game that's that tight and that close, and the ability to extend the lead if you can. So, but a lot to like about that game, and one of the things to like was the ability of the PK to take care of business against Montreal in that one.
Want to make sure I mention tonight's storylines brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado, where dependability comes standard. Saturday's game finished up a stretch of 5 straight games against Atlantic Division opponents. David Pastrnak and the Bees pulling into first place in the division by winning 4 out of those 5.
Honestly, every divisional points and wins are huge, especially, going to the Montreal's building. Not easy to win here when they play well and they have a good team and very skilled and very good power play. So, again, credit to our Kill and Sway for coming up big for us, and it's always fun to steal the points from Bell Center.
Yeah, and he says stole the points. I don't think they stole them. I thought they played a good game in that one. Yeah, Montreal had their opportunities, no question. But, I know what David Pasternak's saying. You get 2 points in Montreal, it always feels good. On Saturday night,
it always feels like a steal, right?
Oh, God. Well, I don't know about that, but it just feels good. You know, you're going to go up there. It's going to be a great atmosphere. You're going to drop the gloves. You're going to get involved physically. You want to come out with 2 points. And so that was the good feeling on that one. Original 6, the huge rivalry. It means something again. It was for first place in the division. There was so much to kind of unwrap around about that. But so we broke this into a couple different segments a week or so ago where they had 5 straight divisional games. Where were they going to end up in those 5 straight divisional games? How many points would they get out of it? 8 out of 10 points? I'll take that. You know, you didn't like the Ottawa game, fair enough, but I'll take 8 out of 10 points. That's really strong, and they've climbed in the division. Now they're first place overall in the Atlantic. I know teams have games in hand. That's fine. You banked those points already. The other side of it was 7 out of 9 and on the road. So you're still dealing with that. You got the home game here today against a very difficult Carolina team. Very capable Carolina team, and then you're going on the road for 4 in a row. You're still 1 game below 500 on the road, so that's an area that it's going to take us right up to Thanksgiving, and it's going to give us a really good understanding of where this team is, I believe. Anyhow, are they going to be a 500 team? Or are they going to be a team that's a few games over 500, and then you've got some more optimism as you lead into Thanksgiving?
Well, unfortunately, Saturday's win came with a cost. Charlie McAvoy left in the second period after he was hit in the face by a slap shot. Won't be able to play tonight. Marco Sturm said this morning team does not yet have a timeline for his return. Victor Arvidsson also suffered a lower body injury late in that game. He's out, considered week to week. Because of those injuries, Bruins have dipped down into Providence for some reinforcements. Tonight we'll see Riley Tufte in the lineup. We'll also see the Boston debut of Matej Blumel, the American Hockey League's goal-scoring leader last season. Got a good look in Bruins training camp this preseason.
You know, it's been better every game. Obviously, was disappointed to go down there, but I was working on my game, getting better with every game coming up, and then I've been liking my game so far the last few games.
Yeah, ironically enough, he's got a point a game, or almost a point a game down in Providence, but it's been mostly assists heavy, right? He's known a little bit more as a goal scorer, so he was kind of balanced last year, but still, the Bruins have the top 2 point getters or goal scorers from the American Hockey League last year.
Yes.
Yeah, so, you know, in Steves and Blumel, so an opportunity for him, and it looks like he's going to play on the first power play. So you're going to bring a guy like that up. Yeah, give him an opportunity, right? Give him an opportunity to shine and play where he can showcase what he's capable of doing. If you're not going to bring up if you're going to bring up a 4th liner, then you play him on the 4th line type of thing. And I know that Tufte is one of the top scorers in the American Hockey League right now. He's going to play a little 4th line, a little bit more suited for that, but he'll also play second power play. Right. So you're giving these guys an opportunity to see time with the man advantage.
Quickly, some other roster movement today for the Bruins. Team placing Casey Middlestad and Victor Arvidsson on IR to make room for Blumel and Tufte. Jordan Harris moved to long-term IR today, and Johnny Beecher this afternoon was placed on waivers for the purpose of assigning him to Providence. We'll see Henry Jokiharju back in the lineup tonight with McAvoy out. He was a healthy scratch on Saturday. Jeremy Swayman expected to make his 2nd consecutive start in goal. Counting it down to puck drop here at TD Garden. Here's what's on deck, brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. We will go around the NHL, including in LA, where there's an extension for Adrian Kempe.
The Kings started around 9 or 9.5, and that wasn't going to get it done, and they obviously bent, and they did.
Bob will chat with Bruins head coach Marco Sturm.
We got to make sure we survive the first 20 minutes, because that's where they win a lot of games, actually. They get the lead, and then they're really good after that.
And up next, we'll preview tonight's opponent, the Carolina Hurricanes, here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
The Honda Ridgeline is designed to adapt to every part of your life. Going camping? Its in-bed trunk fits all the gear for your outdoor adventures. The Honda Ridgeline, a truck for everything that makes you, you.
Hey, it's Big Jim. Are you stuck in traffic going to the game? Next time, do what I do. Just take the train to North Station. With Commuter Rail, kids 11 and under always ride free. And if the game's on a weekend, you ride with $10 weekends. So next game, don't be late battling traffic and parking. Ugh. Get tickets with the M-Ticket app and take the train straight to the game.
He roofs it, top shelf.
When the Bruins go top shelf, they go Tito's Handmade Vodka. Award-winning and distilled till it's just right. Tito's is crafted in Austin and made for Boston. Every sip has a smooth finish that's always good on ice, just like the Bruins. Realize your top shelf goals and win the pregame and the rest of the game with Tito's, the official vodka of the Boston Bruins. Boston pregames with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season to help score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate $100 to help end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive locally. Every time we feed the puck for a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger up to $50,000. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
The Honda Ridgeline is designed to adapt to every part of your life. Going camping? Its in-bed trunk fits all the gear for your outdoor adventures. The Honda Ridgeline. A truck for everything that makes you, you.
The Pats play on the Sports Hub.
McDavid carries it in. Draisaitl having won the faceoff, shoots and scores. And Edmonton, 19 seconds in, prevails 4-3.
Carolina Hurricanes visiting TD Garden for the second time this month. Boston, a 2-1 win here a couple of weeks ago. Despite a slew of injuries, particularly on the back end, Hurricanes 12-5-1 through 18 games. They picked up an overtime loss to Edmonton on Saturday night for Rod Brindamore's team.
They're the start of the gaffes, right? You just can't give them. It's National Hockey League. You just can't give away goals. I think we gave two, kind of not a great penalty, and then obviously Freddie like that back. That was a mishandle, and give our guys a ton of credit for coming back, and then we get down the third. We had a great second period. Didn't get enough out of it, but then we come right back and tie it up. So considering what we're dealing with and the team we were playing there with that talent, and I would give our guys a lot of credit.
And he talked a little bit about that slow start. Jordan Stahl echoed that after the game.
They came out quick and we weren't ready. You could tell, and we were kind of just on our heels a bit and we started getting into our game. But this league is tough when you give a team 2 goals, and we did a good job of getting back into it and making it in the game and getting a point. But that start wasn't our best, and I think in the end it probably cost us the game.
Yeah, but they get a point. So, that's kind of what we've been talking about with the Bruins. You don't have your best, you don't play your best, maybe bad start, bad finish, whatever it is, get a point out of it at least. And Carolina finds a way to do that. They've had a slew of injuries, starting to get a little healthier right now, still missing their best all-around defenseman in Jacob Slavin, but this is a team that's going to be good. The Bruins handled it pretty well here, and Marco Stern called it one of their best efforts of the season here on home ice against Carolina the last time they were in. They're going to need it again here today. I watched them play the other night. You probably did too, against Vancouver. It took overtime for them to win, but they were by far the better team against the Vancouver Canucks in that game. They skate, they pressure, they'll come hard at the Bruins, and that's going to be a huge factor here today for them.
Yeah, because of injuries, they've had to go 10 deep on their defensive depth chart already this season in the first 18 games. Speaking of injuries, time for our Catches Law injury report for the Bruins. Charlie McAvoy, no word yet on how long he'll be sidelined after he was hit in the face by a puck on Saturday. Victor Arvidsson placed on IR today with a lower body injury considered week to week. Casey Middlestad's lower body injury landed him on IR today as well. Jordan Harris has been moved to long-term IR with his lower body injury. Some good news, Elias Lindholm resumed skating with the team today, and his timeline still remains uncertain. Injury report brought to you by Catches Law, the official law firm of the Boston Bruins. They've won over $3 billion for their clients. When you're injured and can't work, turn to Catches Law. There's no fee unless you win. Go to catcheslaw.com and schedule your free consultation today. Checking the Sports Hub headlines is next here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Hey New England, Drake May here. I'm always striving for greatness on the field, but greatness doesn't wait. It gets up, shows up, and moves forward. It takes hard work, ingenuity, and progress to achieve it. That's exactly what Chevy had in mind with the Chevy Silverado. Built bold, built for what's next. It has it all. Power, versatility, tech, comfort, the sky's the limit. Everything a great quarterback is looking for on the road. Because I know the Silverado is striving for that greatness just like me. Get to your local New England Chevy dealer today and check it out. The Chevy Silverado. Built to lead, built for greatness.
Have you tried Good Stuff Smokehouse, New England's premier #1 barbecue destination? Well, I can tell you their barbecue is the best in the state, but now they've also added a brewery. In addition to their 150 whiskey and homemade sodas, come down to Good Stuff Smokehouse and try not only the best barbecue in the state, but their unrivaled beverage list. GoodStuffSmokehouse.com.
Streamline your IT with IntraSystems. An IntraSystems managed services offering provides unmatched support, security, and efficiency. Access, security, trust. IntraSystems.com.
Is your company ready to advertise in what will be one of the largest, most highly visited year-round multi-sport and fitness facilities in all of New England? I'm Ryan DeJoy, here to announce the Become Elite Sports Dome at Wyndham Woods School, a 125,000 square foot athletics center scheduled to open in the summer of 2026. Hosting a variety of competitive sports, corporate outings, and private functions, join companies like Hafner's and the It Kicks Foundation, Convenient MD, Allure Hair and Beauty, Pugliese Contracting, and Southern New Hampshire Concrete to reserve your space today. Email the dome at wyndhamwoods.org. That's the dome at wyndhamwoods.org.
Hi, I'm offensive lineman Caden Wallace. When I got drafted, I worked hard to find my place, learning the playbook, building trust, and finding a home in New England. But not everyone has that chance. That's why I'm proud to partner with Heading Home. Heading Home is working to end homelessness in Massachusetts by helping families find stability and a future. Because a real win is when everyone has a place to call home. Learn more at headinghomeinc.org. That's headinghomeinc.org.
By now, you should know I can't get my game day started without my mug of Bigelow tea. For me, it's that constant common tea that tastes great and keeps my voice in peak condition. No matter how hectic your day gets, grab some Bigelow tea and take a moment just for you. Bigelow tea. Grab a mug and tea proudly.
The Bruins play on the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Patriots preparing for the Bengals on Sunday. Jamar Chase has been suspended 1 game for unsportsmanlike conduct. Also, Trey Hendrickson is ruled out for Sunday. And Monday Night Football features the Cowboys and the Raiders. Headlines are brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You'll save 15% off an extra the oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray, Ryan, and Bob. They'll take you around the NHL next on the 98.5 The Sports of Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hurry into DQ for their sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets, layered with flavor from top to bottom and everywhere in between. Try them today. Now available in new sweet chili or honey barbecue. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Hi, it's Jason Todd from Blue Sky Restoration. All hockey season, Blue Sky is restoring historic garden moments on the ice. Tune in to tonight's game on the Bruins Radio Network to hear this date in history restored by Blue Sky. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. Restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
Engines rev, are you listening?
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda wonderland of your own with a great offer on a fun-to-drive new Accord, Civic, CR-V, or HR-V. Hurry into your local Honda dealer and experience the wonder of Happy Honda Days with a great deal on your favorite Honda today.
Driving in a Honda wonderland.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Hey, it's Charlie McAvoy. I love working with Service Credit Union because I believe in their mission to support the health, safety, and financial well-being of first responders. They put people before profits, and this season, Service Credit Union is giving back in a big way through our 73 Reasons campaign, donating $200 for every block shot and $1,000 for every shutout, up to $250,000. Service Credit Union, success built on trust, banking built on service. Join the team and learn more at servicecu.org.
Beware the holiday buffering.
Who are you?
The ghost of Internet Past here to slow down right when your guests arrive.
Not this year. We got Verizon's 100% fiber optic home internet. Scored a limited time offer for $20 a month and locked in the price for 3 years.
Fios home internet, that's scary fast.
Now we can all stream, video chat, and game at the same time. So bye.
Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch to Fios home internet today. Fios 300 megabits per second plan at $20 a month with autopay. Any Verizon mobile phone plan and bonus discount. Price guarantee applies to base monthly rate only for my home customers. Terms apply.
Hey, it's Big Jim. Are you stuck in traffic going to the game? Next time, do what I do. Just take the train to North Station. With Commuter Rail, kids 11 and under always ride free. And if the game's on a weekend, you ride with $10 weekends. So next game, don't be late battling traffic and parking. Ugh. Get tickets with the M-Ticket app and take the train straight to the game.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
Bruins and Hurricanes coming up. Quick check around the NHL. The Kings visit the Capitals tonight. L.A. locking up Adrian Kempe with an 8-year extension worth $85 million. Sportsnet's Elliot Friedman with a report on those negotiations.
The Kings started around 9 or 9.5, and that wasn't going to get it done, and they obviously bent, and they did. But I heard they kept a hard line. Like, they were like, no, we're not going to 11. If you want to be here, we're not going to 11.
Well, he's a good player, and especially with Kopitar retiring after this season, they need that offense, and he's definitely able to contribute in that department. LA's won 4 in a row. They've been on the road. They've been playing the Atlantic Division. They've done a nice job. They play the Capitals here tonight. The Bruins are going to see them on Friday night.
And they won't have Drew Doughty for that. He blocked a shot off the foot the other night. He's going to be week to week, is the word from the team. That's our quick look around the NHL. We will hear from Bruins head coach Marco Sturm next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Check out new fall savings at Ira Mazda. Make every drive unstoppable with incredible offers on our entire collection of new and pre-owned vehicles. So hurry into Ira Mazda today, because like the season itself, these offers are beautifully temporary.
Score big this fall with Rebel Garage Solutions, garage doors, repairs, epoxy floors, and smart organization. Book a free consultation today and get 10% off with promo code ZOE at rebelgarage.com. That's Rebel with a V, your garage transformed. Hey, what's up, it's Zoe? And if you're looking for a world-class dental experience, you've got to go to Boston Dental. From world-class athletes to anyone who wants results that exceed expectations, Boston Dental's team of 17 expert dentists treat everyone like a VIP with a focus on aesthetics, sports dentistry, implants, Invisalign, and more. Same-day emergency appointments? Absolutely. Major insurance? They handle it. 3 Boston locations in downtown Government Center and the Seaport, and they have 2 in Dubai. This is a global brand committed to excellence. Book your appointment at bostondental.com or call them 617-706-5000 and check them on Instagram for the latest updates.
At Doyon's Appliance, you don't need to wait for Black Friday to get Black Friday prices. All month long, we're celebrating Black November. Take advantage of these savings from November 5th to December 3rd. All major brands are on sale, including Bosch, Frigidaire, KitchenAid, GE, LG, and many more. All month long, Doyon's has a 4-piece stainless steel Bosch package, normally $5,596. On sale for $4,756. Shop Doyon's at any of their 4 convenient locations: Reading, Gloucester, Bedford, and North Andover. Or shop online at doyonsappliance.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877 Cars for Kids.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
This November, Window Nation puts an end to your window problems. You'll save big too with 50% off all window styles. Plus, you could get 0 interest for 5 years. But you have to hurry, the sale ends soon. So schedule your free estimate now at windownation.com. That's windownation.com.
The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
Our pregame interview with Marco Sturm is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety.
Marco, you get set here tonight for the Carolina Hurricanes. Emotional game the other day, obviously, against Montreal. What were your takeaways in that? I mean, they come off 2 big losses. You knew that they were going to be, ready to go. You guys come off a loss in Ottawa. You were going to be ready to go. Just your takeaways and how that game kind of all played out.
Yeah, no, it was, I don't know. I don't even know where to start because there was so much to it. Like you said, they lost a few in a row. They wanted to show kind of a reaction. It was a rivalry game. There was a lot on the line. Let's put it that way for both teams. And just the way that the game started too, with the fights and everything, it was good. It was just a fun game, stressful game for me, but also very exciting. That was my first game back in Montreal since I was a player, and again, Montreal was always my favorite building to play, and especially as a Bruin. I was pretty gassed after the game. I can tell you that, but I'm also glad the way we played, the way we came out with 2 points was nice to see.
Penalty killing ended up, the physical side of things at the start, but penalty killing ended up being such a huge story in that game. Why were you guys successful and so good in that area?
Yeah.
Other than Sway.
Yeah, no, that's Sway got to be our best guy, and he was. You could tell even on their power plays, they were just, when things go bad, things are really going bad, and you could tell a little bit they never really had really good opportunities on the 5-on-3s, and that's usually where you can finish teams, and they missed that opportunity. And I give my guys a lot of credit. They played structurally very well. They weren't shooting lanes. They did exactly what they needed to do, and we just got lucky to get out of this, because if not, then it's a totally different story, right? So, but no, those special teams, it's huge for our team right now, especially with a lot of guys out. So we feel very good 5-on-5. But again, we just have to be a little bit smarter than that to stay out of the box.
So shifting gears a little bit, a lot of changes in your lineup here today. You've had a lot of experience coaching in the American Hockey League. In your experience, when guys get sent down, maybe when they don't think they should be sent down, your message to them while you're coaching them down there, and then your message to them when they get called back up and with their opportunity here.
Yeah, no, it's always a tough one, and I see it. I don't blame the players, but like you said, I've seen both sides, so I get it. That's why before anyone leaves here, I just want to make sure they do the right thing down there too, because that will bring you up here again, and it's just a matter of time. Every team goes through injuries, and there will be a time when there's an opportunity. And kids, especially kids, but also players, got to know you can't just have one switch and have a good game. No, you have to play down there the right way. So when there's the call up, you right into the game. And yeah, so hopefully these guys, seems like they did it down there. So hopefully they can show it again tonight.
The other part of that too is sometimes if you bring up an offensive player, put them in a position to hopefully succeed. And based on the morning skate, it looked like Blumel on one power play unit, Tufte on another power play unit. Is that accurate? And the message there that has to make them feel a little bit better. Getting an opportunity.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, if you have a chance to play on that number one unit, it doesn't come too often, so you should be excited. And that's one of the reasons why we called him up, because we thought we needed to fill that hole with the right guy, and we're going to try him first, Blumel, and then we go from there. So hopefully he can have a good game and build up that.
And again, based on the morning skate, was Lohrei playing the right side, and maybe the thought process there?
Yeah, no, yes, he was. You're right. He's going to start on the right side today. We thought because of Charlie was out the other night for most of the night, Mason had some reps on the right side, and we actually didn't mind him. So hopefully Aspie can focus on his side, not on the right side, and with Mason have a little bit more experience. So that was the whole thought process.
So focus for tonight. I mean, the schedule's been crazy. You mentioned it earlier. You're going on the road for 4 games after this one. But tonight against Carolina, a team you just saw recently, and you were able to beat. They had a bunch of injuries in that game, so now you both kind of have those injuries. What did you see in that game that you can apply tonight?
That was the first really game we played a really structured, solid game for 60 minutes, and we had to, because otherwise you don't really have a chance against them. They're that good, even with injuries. They have more guys back tonight. They're playing better. So again, we have to remind ourselves the way we play defense against them, and also stay out of the box. That's exactly what we have to do tonight, because it's one of the best teams in the NHL. So we know they only go forward most of the time because they're that good and they're that aggressive. So we just got to be sharp in that.
And the last question for you, is aggressive what makes them so good, and then how do you combat that? Like, if they're going to be really aggressive in certain areas, where do they leave themselves vulnerable?
Yeah, I know. Everyone knows Carolina, and there's no stopping in that game for that team, I would say. But we also know they can't do it for 60 minutes. Usually they have it's impossible to also go through the whole season like that. So we gotta make sure we survive the first 20 minutes, because that's where they win a lot of games. Actually, they get the lead and then they're really good after that. So last time when we were here, we didn't give them that chance, and that's why we were still in the game, and then we came out stronger and stronger. So our first 20 minutes will be critical against that team. And there's a few different ways we try to beat that system, I would say, starting with the D zone, but most importantly, also our breakouts. There's always stuff we can tweak.
Appreciate it, Marco. Good luck here tonight.
Thank you.
That's head coach Marco Sturm. Bruins, Hurricanes are next.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5, the Sports Hub. The Media Group station.
Saturday night in Montreal, emotions were running high from the start. And despite losing Charlie McAvoy and Victor Arvidsson, the Bruins walked out of the Bell Center with a win.
Zacha, backhand in front, score! Victor Arvidsson with a power play goal, and the Bruins make it 3-1.
And the Bruins will win it here in Montreal. Taking round one of the season series, 3-2 the final. They beat the Canadiens tonight here at the Bell Center. Tonight, it's a quick pit stop home to face Carolina before they head out on a West Coast road trip. The Bruins and the Hurricanes coming up next.
This is Boston Bruins hockey.
Cross to Esposito, shot.
Bam! Neely, wow.
Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. Geeky scores.
And there is point number 100 for Pasta and goal number 30 for Morgan Geeky.
Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Nitrate, your New England Boyd dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, Service Credit Union, and by Catches Law.
Backhand, it'll save Thomas. Swayman made a great stop at the far post.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Wendy's, Live Nation, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Back to Orr. Put in. His 100th point. Backhand score. A penalty shot for Raymond Bourque. David Pasternak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron, and the Bruins win the series.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
And we're at TD Garden getting ready for the Bruins and the Carolina Hurricanes. Second of 3 meetings on the year between these two teams. Last time the Hurricanes were here, Bruins held them to just 1 goal. This is one of the top scoring teams in the NHL. Tonight, the Bruins without Charlie McAvoy defensively. What kind of test is this?
Well, it's always a test when you play the Carolina Hurricanes. You know that they're going to come hard. They're going to pressure all over the ice, whether it's on the forecheck, whether it's in neutral zone or defensive zone. When they don't have the puck, expect them to be in your face all the time. How do you beat that? You've got to move the puck quickly. You have to have support all over the ice. Bruins did a pretty good job of that the other day. The last time they played against the Carolina Hurricanes, Carolina was without a number of players in that game, especially defenseman-wise. They're still without Jacob Slavin, who's their top defender back there, but still a good team. And no matter who's in their lineup, they're going to play the same way. So the Bruins make a lot of changes here today. We've talked about it already here in the pregame show. A lot of different faces in the Bruins lineup here today. A lot of different looks to what they're going to throw out there based on some injuries that just occurred, including Charlie McAvoy. But defensively, not just the defensemen, but how they play as a unit defensively against Carolina is, for me, key. It is all the time. We talk about keys to the game. No matter who they're playing, that's always a key. But especially against a team that's going to pressure all over the ice when they don't have the pocket. You know, it's a good test here for the Bruins today. They handled it a couple weeks ago. Another challenge for them here today.
Keys to the game brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Opening face-off is next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
He roofs it, top shelf. When the Bruins go top shelf, they go Tito's Handmade Vodka. Award-winning and distilled till it's just right. Tito's, the official vodka of the Boston Bruins. Boston pre-games with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc. Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Black Friday at BJ's Wholesale Club is so big, we called in the expert at paying less around the holidays.
Scrooge here. Past, present, or future, it's hard to beat the Black Friday deals at BJ's. Believe me, I've tried. Get 25% off select toys, 30% off select small appliances, and 45% off select TVs through December 1st. Plus doorbuster deals Thanksgiving weekend. These prices are so good they even rattled old Marley's chain. Ah, humbug. Sorry, old habit.
Visit bjs.com/Black Friday for holiday savings.
With the NHL app, you can listen to every NHL game right from your phone. And with home and away broadcast feeds, you choose your way to listen. Whether you're at work, at the gym, or stuck in traffic, the NHL app puts you right in the action all season long. Every team, every game, everywhere you go. Download the NHL app and never miss a moment.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I gotta dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's. Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
This is Boston's home for sports.
Bruins here at TD Garden getting ready to take on the Carolina Hurricanes. And before we drop the puck on this one, we take you down to ice level and tonight's national anthem performed by Todd Angeli.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Todd Angeli with the national anthem. We get set for the opening face-off between the Bruins and the Hurricanes. Take a look at our starting lineups here tonight. In goal for the Carolina Hurricanes, Pyotr Kochetkov. On defense, the pairing of Alexander Nikishin and Mike Riley. Up front, William Carrier, Jordan Stahl, Jordan Martinook. For the Bruins, Jeremy Swayman gets a start in goal, Nikita Zadorov and Henry Jokiharju on defense. Up front, Tanner Jeannot, Fraser Minton, and Mark Kastelik.
First 5 minutes of tonight's game presented by your New England Ford dealers. Tonight's New England Ford dealers' first 5 contestant of the game is Craig Frechette of Ayer, Massachusetts. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Craig will win a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Bruins in the home black sweaters, black helmets and pants. Hurricanes in red helmets and pants, white sweaters with red numbers and black trim. Boston will go from left to right on offense here in the first period. The opening puck drop is controlled by Fraser Minton. Off the far boards, it is directed back into the Bruins zone here by Martinook. Jokiharju spins it around the near boards, and Stahl takes it off the wall, and the Hurricanes in business right away. A stuffer on the far post by Carrier, turned away.
Jokiharju back in the lineup here today, playing alongside Zadorov. That's, I mean, wrapping that puck around the boards is kind of telegraphing exactly what you're going to do on that dump in. That got him into some trouble the other day in Ottawa.
Here's Minton finding a loose puck in the near circle and throws a shot in on Kochetkov, who makes the glove save.
Yeah, that Nikishin in front with a couple of pushes and shoves with Castro. You remember him last game? He threw a couple of big hits against some of the Bruins, including David Pastrnak. They were clean hits, but a couple of big hits. He's a big guy, and he doesn't mind throwing his weight around. He's had a very good start to this season. Playing alongside Riley, they're plus-minus through the roof.
He also had the only goal for the Hurricanes in that game.
Yeah, late third period, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mid-third period, late third period.
Face-off in the offensive zone.
He got a lot on that. He was standing still for a shot from the high slot.
Pastrnak had to get in there and take that draw on the near circle. It'll be carried up ice here by Svechnikov. Leaves it out near the blue line for Aho to skate onto it. His shot skimmed wide on the near side board. Aho's got it back to the point. Miller with a drive. Stick save by Swayman. Lindholm got it to Pastrnak, who brings it down along the end boards. Now it'll be Peak out of the near corner. Lifting it out towards center ice. Kicked off of Geekie in traffic. Geekie going to back it up. Peak near side Pastrnak. He and Geekie nearly collide with each other as Pasta gives it over to Hampus Lindholm. Got it as far as the Carolina line.
Marco Sturm talked about the start here today, and you kind of echo that. A game against the Canadiens was, I mean, it was intense. It was intense right from the drop of the puck. You know, the fights aside, just the intensity level was through the roof. And this game, you know, you can have a letdown if you're not careful here.
Gostisbehere turned one over in the neutral zone. That led to a shot by Alex Steeves. It's scooped up by Kochetkov, and a face-off again in the offensive zone.
Blumel on the other wing. So you have Blumel and Steeves on the wings. Top two scorers in the American Hockey League last year. Playing either side of Saka right now. And great opportunity for both of them.
Blumel 39 goals. Steeves with 36 last year. And Blumel was with the Stars organization. Picked up as a free agent during the summer, making his official Bruins debut here today. As Ehlers pushes the puck through the neutral ice, and the centering pass comes right through the slot in front of Jeremy Swayman. Along the near side, Ehlers will spin it back in deep. Around to the far side wall. Taken away at the far circle by Aspero. He's going to skate it up ice here. Gets to center ice and chips it toward the right wing corner. Kochetkov comes out and cuts it off and plays it back into the neutral zone.
Yeah, Kochetkov in the net. First time the Bruins have seen him this year. He's an entertaining kind of goaltender. He gets a little fiery once in a while, doesn't he?
He certainly does. Heck of a personality. Puck played off the near side boards. It's also 3-0 since he came off of IRs. There's a shot from the left circle his way, and it was Tufte. That one up high on Kochetkov.
Not like maybe Jonathan Quick last night coming off the bench after the game was over.
Yeah, got a little upset that puck went in the empty net after the final horn had sounded.
Yeah, I think he was just frustrated about the way that his team played, and why not? It's a good time for it, right? Got outshot badly in that game, talking about the Rangers.
It's a long shot. Kochetkov gloves that off the stick of Corrali, and led to it wasn't really a
Detroit
bench-clearing brawl against Detroit, but a bench-clearing shoving battle. Yeah.
It had potential.
League came out today and said, you know, no harm, no foul there. Don't be any.
You know, so yeah, there's a rule you can't come off the bench if there's an altercation, but the game was over.
So everybody was coming off the bench anyway. Face-off here in the offensive zone for Kastelik. 17:25 to go here in this first period. No score early. As Stahl wins the face-off for Carolina. Lifted out into the neutral ice by Keandre Miller. Lorai stopped it at the red line, but gave away. Carrier brought it back into the Bruins zone, but offside.
Yeah, so we should mention as well, you know, you had Aspero and Lorai playing together on the third pair. They've switched them now. Lorai's playing on the right side. They liked what he did when McAvoy went down with the bad injury against the Canadiens, and Lorai played some right side, and they felt that Aspero might be better served playing his game over on the left side. See how that works out here today as a pair.
Yeah, Aspero had gotten a couple of looks on that opposite side. Puck up the near side for Kastelik. Got cut off. Minton able to backhand it deep. Mike Riley coming out from behind the Carolina net. Shoots it up the near side boards. toward the Boston line. Lorei swings it over to the far side. Aspro had to chase it over there against Martinook, but both guys stumble down. Lorei from the far circle. Aspro will lob it out into neutral ice. Kastelik knocks it down with a stick, carries across the line.
They're say it was a high stick. Only one guy with stripes on called it. The other three let it go, but one guy thought it was a high stick. And it might have been.
So they'll face it off at center ice here with 16:48 to go in this first period.
That's shoulder level. Kastelik's a big guy. You know, if it's a goal, it's crossbar level. But if you're just knocking it down in the neutral zone to your stick, it's shoulder level. So one of the linesmen with a good view thought that was a high stick.
Pastrnak trying to get it into the Carolina zone. Denied entry there. Peak back at his own circle. Pastrnak as Geeky redirected one toward him.
That would have been
Here's a chance right down the middle came Svechnikov, and Swayman comes up with a blocker save. Svechnikov trying to drive it right back in deep. It ricochets back outside the blue line.
It's a nice pass from Aho.
Dumped in around the boards by Nystrom, but that's going to be whistled down.
Yeah, hit the holding there at the end of the bench.
So bring the face-off back to center ice. A little choppy start to this one.
Yeah, you got to play different kinds of games. In Montreal, I mean, you kind of knew how that one was going to start, or you at least had a feeling of how it was going to start, and it was going to be a physical affair. But the Hurricanes are not built that way. They're a different kind of team. You know, they check by closing distance on you. It's not like running guys through the glass. It's more like how they get to you quickly.
Blumel got it over to Steves just inside the top of the far circle, and Kochetkov knocks that one down and covers up.
You're not going to find many willing combatants on Carolina. Let's just put it that way. And that's not a knock on them. That's just the way that they play.
You mentioned Matej Blumel, who got that pass to Steves there, making his Bruins debut. 13 points in 13 games in Providence so far this season.
More on the assist side.
Yeah, 2 goals and 11 assists. Face off, won by Zacha. Zadorov from the left point. His shot gets blocked, ricochets off a couple of people and out into neutral ice. Jokiharju skating back to get it, angles it in behind the net for Zadorov in the far corner. Pass out into the neutral zone for Zacha. Able to push it forward. Now Steves chasing into the far corner against Stankov. Steves able to win the battle. Centered for Blumel, broken up.
Well done there. Get that dump in, be the first forechecker, win the battle, get it out front.
Zadorov, nice head fake, going to the far circle. Puck slipped away from him, though. And it'll be cleared back toward the Boston line. Jokiharju settles a bouncing puck. Quick up for Blumel near side, and they whistle that play offside.
Good opportunity, right? Steves with a great forecheck. I mean, that puck is dumped in. He's the first guy in there, and they can create off that forecheck. And exactly what he does, getting that puck out in front. Mel just couldn't quite convert.
Steves in his 5th game since being called up from Providence. Face off in the near circle down to our left. Bruins defensive zone. Rally against Mark Jankowski. Jankowski wins it on the near side boards, thrown toward the net by Nikishin. Goes all the way through, back toward the blue line, and pulled back deep by Riley. Around the near side circle, Asamont pushes it back toward Aspro along the end wall. Jumped up into the air. Corrali chasing a rolling puck into the far corner, beaten to it by Robinson. Far side circle, a shot gets blocked, and it'll be cleared out into neutral ice. Asamont trying to push it up the wall. Nikishin will play it back over to the far side. Riley carries it up through the red line, now in across the Boston blue. Shot blockered off into the near corner by Swayman. Robinson adds one block by Corrali in the near circle. Lorei turning out of the near corner. Gets it to Corrali. Pass up the middle into neutral ice. Tufte was at center ice. Knocked back toward the Boston zone.
I think Riley's been a good find for this Carolina team. He's played well since being in the lineup. He's able to skate all the way up the ice that time from his own zone without being touched.
Redirects one around Kochetkov. He'll come out and play it around the near side boards. Hurricanes get it cleared. Lindholm stepping in front of Martinook near the red line. Now Carrier plays it towards Stahl and directed deep. Pete goes behind the net. and lost his footing.
Did a good job, though, to keep that puck moving forward.
And we get a hand pass against Carolina.
Faceoff will come outside the zone. Nice job by Pete there. It's been a good pickup for the Bruins, and he's improved a lot since coming to the Bruins. He's getting more ice time now. He's getting more responsibility. And talking about Andrew Peeke, and now with McAvoy down on that right side, he's probably he's your best right shot defenseman right now.
And someone that they rely on a lot on the penalty kills. They did against Montreal the other night.
All year.
Lindholm and Martin battling behind the Bruins net into the far corner. Minton gives Stahl a shove.
That's a tough assignment for Minton there. Stahl, big guy, holding on to that puck.
On the near side corner, Lindholm pushed it up toward the hash marks. Comes ricocheting onto Kastelik, and Minton will carry it through center. Try to play it to the Carolina line. Nearly denied, but now Minton's got it back. Has Jeannot right circle. Back to Jokiharju. One-timer. Snapped his stick in half.
That's a good setup. That's an unfortunate break for Jokiharju. That was a good setup. He's coming in. He's laying into that one-timer. Stick explodes.
Aho bringing Carolina forward, but his pass given away. It's Pasternak working his way up the left side, cutting down the circle, and Keandre Miller stays right with him. Puck trickles toward the crease, and Kochetkov able to cover that up. We'll take our first timeout with 13:13 to play here in the first period. Bruins and Hurricanes are scoreless on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
No time of the year sounds better than the holidays. We look forward to the opening of new presents, heading out with family to see holiday lights, then racing back home to enjoy a traditional family meal. Or sometimes running back out to grab the last-minute gift. Get into the holiday spirit during the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Get offers on select models now through January 5th. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Need a new roof? It's East Coast Metal Roofing's Fall into Savings event. Mention 98.5 The Sports Hub and get 10% off a new roof install and no payments and no interest for 1 year with approved credit. Visit eastcoastmetalroofing.com. Hurry, because this offer ends soon. East Coast Metal Roofing, your lifetime roofing solution.
When you own your own business, you own every decision.
Catch the red eye or take the 6 a.m.
Make a new hire or promote internally.
Celebrate a win with the toast at the gate or unwind at the lounge.
Big props to this team. Some decisions are a win-win, like earning 8 times points on Chase Travel. Introducing Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business. With $2,500 in annual value, it's the business card that gives back all you put in. Visit chase.com/reserve business to learn more. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member of FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Whether you want to further your career or change it, the Massachusetts School of Law has the most affordable tuition in New England. Register for our next open house November 19th at 6:30 p.m. The Massachusetts School of Law. Your future starts here.
Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
The first 5 minutes of tonight's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Celebrate Truck Month and hurry in to secure your deal today. Built Ford tough. 13-13 left first period. No score between the Bruins and Hurricanes. And a face-off coming up in the offensive zone here for Boston. To the right of Pyotr Kochetkov. 3-0 in starts this season after coming off of IR after he got hurt not long before the season opener. As a face-off is controlled. Top of the circle by Gostisbehere. He'll push it out into neutral ice. Up the near side wall. It angles to Martinook. Throws one in front for Stahl. And Pasternak coming back to help make the play on that. And we have a whistle as the net dislodges behind Jeremy Swayman. Swayman entering the night 8-4 on the year in 12 starts. His last 5 starts, all wins. His goals against in that stretch, 2.37 and a .923 save percentage. One of those wins, the first one, was against these Hurricanes. Stopped 28 out of 29 in that game.
Yeah, they had some chances in that one, but the Bruins did a pretty nice job. You know, you go back to that game that they played. Just talking about Carolina, they're one of the least penalized teams in the league. There was one power play for each team in that game against the Hurricanes. And we talked to a couple of the Bruins after the game and said, you know, it was good that we didn't take a lot of penalties so everybody could get involved in that game.
There's Pasternak from Husnudinov coming into the Carolina zone, and there's a penalty coming up right there as Pasta goes down.
Yeah,
DeAndre Miller going to the box.
Well, he played him well on the last one-on-one, Miller did, but I think he gets reaching this time with the stick, trying to poke the puck away, and Pasternak pulls it between his legs, and I think Miller gets the skate of Pasternak taking him down. No argument for Miller as he goes to the box. They were having a conversation after the last one-on-one, probably something like, Pasternak saying, you didn't fall for that move. But he reached a little bit, Miller did, and Pasternak pulled the puck between his skates. And when Miller reached, he got the right skate of Pasternak taking him down. So we're just talking about penalties. First power play here for Bruins.
You've mentioned a few times recently some of the frustration from Pasternak, too, that he hasn't gotten a lot of calls.
He's mentioned it.
Yes.
Away from the rink, anyhow, he's mentioned it. He's well aware of it. We've seen him talking to referees a lot. I mean, that breakaway he had the other night against the Canadiens, he was I mean, that's grounds for a penalty shot, that one. I mean, you could make a case for it anyhow.
Now here's Matej Blumel taking the spot. That's vacate with Arvidsson out of the lineup. Here's Martinook coming ahead for Carolina. Throws one toward the front and picked off by Lindholm. Pasternak brings back the other way. Geeky lost it.
Blumel lost it initially in the offensive zone. He had to hustle back that time, so.
Lindholm will leave it in the Bruins zone now for Zacha. Blumel gives it back to Zacha coming up across the line. Right circle for Geeky. Back across. Pasternak tried a one-timer and didn't get it.
It was too far in front of him.
Carolina coming back short-handed here. Right down the circle, and it ricocheted off a skate.
Off of Lindholm.
Swayman able to come up with a big save there. And now Pasternak heads back the other way to Geeky far side. Kicked it to his stick. Tried to backhand for Blumel. Taken away by Aho. Seth Jarvis will bring it through the red line into the Boston blue. Gets through Lohrei, near side circle. Pulls up in the corner. Dealt it back up the wall, and it comes right back to him from Nikishin. Now Asimov behind the Bruins net. Brought it out in front and nearly gave it away. Able to turn back in behind. 44 seconds to go on the power play.
Not how you usually draw a power play up right now.
Husnudinov through the neutral zone on the right side. Tufte tapped it along to Asimov. Center blue line to Lohrei. Over to the far side. Jokiharju got it to Husnudinov, trying to get it in front for a backhand. Instead, now it's Jokiharju with that left point.
I like that, bringing the puck strong to the net. He had the lane.
Lohrei for a one-timer, went wide on the glove side, off the backboards. Tufte battling at the side of the net to keep it alive. Jokiharju on the far side wall with 10 to go on the power play. Whips it across ice, and it's kept away from Asimov by Jankowski. Puck will come back behind the net. Asimov broke his stick in the race for that puck. Cleared out here by the Hurricanes. Power play comes to an end. Keandre Miller's out.
Interesting looking power play. And we've liked what the Bruins have done for the most part here, most of the season. They've been a threat, but
they're up to number 6 in the league on the power play, with goals in 4 straight games coming into this one.
That ended up being a little bit more wide open than they wanted.
Off the near boards, Blake able to tap it along for Stankoven, coming down the near left wing circle, drops it back to the point. Gostisbehere fires a shot that finds the back glass. Ricochet back to the far point. Bruins will regain here, and Jeannot backhands out to the red line, but the Hurricanes will reload quickly. Stankoven coming down the near board, shoved by Peak, wins the puck there. Minton throws it back out of the zone. Gostisbehere settles it over to the far side and driven right back in deep. All the way around near side. Here's Blake moving toward the high slot. Hands off for Riley coming to the near circle, and that shot looked like it caught Zadorov in the leg and kicked off to the far wall. At the back of the net, Ehlers try to bank it in off of Swayman. Instead, it comes to Kastelik.
Corrali and Peak both protecting the front of the net that time.
Up the left side comes Riley Tufte. Pulls up along the far circle. Blake hooked him off the puck. Down toward the end wall. Swept up the near side for Aspero. And now Corrali from the circle trying to get it back to him. That disrupted and winds up coming back out to center ice. There's Corrali off the feed from Aspero. Throws one toward the net. Gloved by Kochetkov, and he'll hang on to it and bring us to a stoppage in play with 9:14 to go here in the first period. It's the Bruins nothing and the Hurricanes nothing on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Card eligibility restrictions and terms apply. Learn more at td.com/TD Garden Perks. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins and the Boston Celtics.
Poor Diana in accounting. She fell for an email phishing scam. Computers shut down. And people freaked out, especially about getting paid.
Hey!
Fortunately, the company had cyber risk coverage from Safety Insurance. Safety covered the cost of systems and data restoration, business income-related losses, and more. Don't let one human error shut down your business. Ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life storms, even the cyber kind.
Hurry into DQ for their sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets, layered with flavor from top to bottom and everywhere in between. Try them today. Now available in new sweet chili or honey barbecue. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Champions play here. The Sports Hub.
9:14 to go here in the first period. Bruins and Hurricanes are scoreless, and fans come on down to TD Garden on Black Friday, November 28th, 1 p.m. matinee against the New York Rangers. Don't miss the energy of this Original Six showdown. Visit bostonbruins.com/tickets to secure your seat for the action. In between now and then, a 4-game road trip for the Bruins. Starts on Wednesday night in Anaheim. On to L.A., San Jose, and then the Islanders.
Anaheim's number 2 in the Pacific. Los Angeles Kings number 1 in the Pacific. San Jose on the way up, on the rise. They've been exciting this year. They did a little winning streak that got snapped recently, but
here's Jeannot trying to get it to Minton.
Fun offensive team.
Pushed out of the Carolina zone by Martinook. Carrier hits Minton over by the Bruins bench. Hits him up on top of the dasher. Martinook redirects one deep into Boston territory. Zadorov hit by Stahl, played it toward the corner. Martinook got in the way of Jokiharju. Off the far boards and back to the point. And a shot by Nystrom. And we've got a penalty coming in behind the net here. Zadorov for interference.
It's Stahl and Zadorov. They're interfering with each other. It's a nothing play. Not the way the referee saw it, though.
Boston penalty, number 91, 2 minutes, interference.
It's Stahl's reaction that kind of gets it. They bang up against one another. They're both holding each other against the boards. There's nothing going on. They're not even involved in the play. Neither one of them are. Stahl's kind of holding his sticks. Dora pushes him. It's a nothing play.
Two guys jousting.
It's a reputation penalty.
Now Zadorov, minor number 16 for him on the year, most in the league. Now here's Ehlers setting it up along the near circle for Jarvis. They tried to get it to Gostisbehere and Corrali.
Good stick.
Ehlers from the left point. Walks it down the wall, gives to Jarvis, backhander. Ends up in the far corner. Aho will keep it alive from there. Around the near side, it'll come with Peak, and he shoots it up the middle and all the way down.
Might be a high stick.
It is. Gostisbehere touches up. And Gostisbehere did not play in the first game between these two teams. He's only played in 9 games so far this year, but he's got 12 points.
And his plus minus is good too. So that's key. He can run a power play. He's good. Very good quarterback.
Since he came back off of injury, he's assisted on 5 of the Hurricanes' 8 goals over the last 3 games.
There were a few years ago, I know he's bounced around a little bit, but a few years ago when he was with the Philadelphia Flyers,
There's a dump in out of the near corner for Ehlers, and Peak gets over and gets a stick on it and directs a shot out of play.
He willed them. His play got them into the playoffs. We're going back several years now, but then he kind of fell a little bit behind, and now he's had a couple of decent seasons offensively, and I like the way he runs a power play.
His next game will be his 700th of his NHL career. He's got 424 points coming into this one. Off the face-off. They'll get it back to Gostisbehere, walking along the blue line. Gives it to Ehlers. Tracks it to the near side. Hash marks. Gostisbehere up top. Back over to that far side. Aho toward the high slot. Hands it off far side for Svechnikov. Shot gets blocked in front.
Good save by Swayman. Great pad.
Back out toward the blue line. Gostisbehere with a shot. Redirected just wide off of Aho. Svechnikov at the far circle. Gostisbehere gives it back to him. Aho now on the hash marks far side. Lindholm steps out toward him. Aho able to slip down toward the corner. Now brings it back up top. Gostisbehere. Aho one-touch pass for Jarvis. And to rush it with Peak bearing down on him. Center blue line. Gostisbehere keeps alive. 34 to go in the power play. Puck settled by Aho. Gostisbehere now on the near point. It's directed off toward the near side now for Ehlers. Back up top for Gostisbehere. Fake to one-timer. Steves gets a stick on the shot attempt. Svechnikov played it out of the corner. Ehlers tried to come get it. Steves able to push it to the blue line. Gostisbehere keeps in. Floats off to the far circle. Lindholm is there, and he'll clear all the way down.
Good kill by the Bruins. One save by Swayman. Most of it on the outside. Really contesting a lot with sticks.
Zadorov comes out of the penalty box with 6:33 to go in the first period. We're still scoreless. Puck lob down deep in Boston territory. Jokiharju to Aspero around the far side, and it'll come back his way. Able to keep away from Taylor Hall. Jeannot gets the feed from Jokiharju into neutral ice. Zadorov cutting it across the line. Lost it. And Blake coming back the other way in a hurry for Carolina. Blake cutting toward the slot. And Lohrei gets a stick in there.
It's a nice job by Lohrei. It was a late change as well, so he was coming off the bench and got flat-footed.
Minton to Jeannot and back into the Bruins attack zone. Here's Asimont down the right circle. Try to backhand in front. It got cut off by Nikishin. Nearly able to poke it in along the near post. Going back towards Swayman now, and he's going to cover it up. And so face-off in the Bruins zone when we come back with 5:42 to play here in the first period. No score, Bruins and Hurricanes on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
The Honda Ridgeline is designed to adapt to every part of your life. Going camping? Its in-bed trunk fits all the gear for your outdoor adventures. The Honda Ridgeline, a truck for everything that makes you, you.
Hey, it's Charlie McAvoy, and I'm proud to partner with Service Credit Union because I believe in their mission to support first responders. This season, our 73 Reasons campaign is giving back over $250,000 to protect those who protect us. Join thousands making a difference today at servicecu.org.
Hey, it's Ryan Rivard, Project Director at Blue Sky Restoration. When the unthinkable happens, fire, flood, storm, or structural damage, it's not just your property that's affected. It's your sense of safety, your memories, your livelihood. At Blue Sky Restoration, we understand that behind every emergency is a person, a family, a team, real lives disrupted. That's why we do more than just restore buildings. We are committed to restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow. So when disaster strikes, don't panic. Visit goblusky.com and our team will be there.
Feeding the Puck for Families is proudly presented by the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation. With every assist, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to the Greater Boston Food Bank to end hunger here in our local communities. Up to $50,000. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
The Honda Ridgeline is designed to adapt to every part of your life. Going camping? Its in-bed trunk fits all the gear for your outdoor adventures. The Honda Ridgeline, a truck for everything that makes you, you.
The game is on the Sports Hub.
5:42 left first period. No score between the Bruins and Hurricanes. Each team has had one power play chance through the first 14 minutes and change. Carolina's got a 7-5 shots on goal advantage so far. Face-off coming up in the defensive zone to the left of Jeremy Swayman. Zaka in the middle of Steves and Blumel, with both Middlestat and Arvidsson on IR.
Yeah, they took Steves off the power play, but they got some penalty killing time on that last shorthanded situation.
Bruins going to get whistled for an offside here. The puck was batted away from Zacha and kicked back across the line offside. So they'll face it off just outside the Carolina zone. Zacha opposes Jordan Staal on the faceoff. Now Staal gets bumped out of there, and Martinook will take his place. Zacha pulls it toward the near boards. Carrier got it back to Gostisbehere. Hurricanes will work it forward. Staal directing around behind Swayman. He backhands it along for Jokiharju. His pass deflected off of Carrier, who gloves it down out near the blue line and plays it back deep. Zadorov the far circle. A giveaway. Staal. But the Bruins able to regain. Zacha getting a stick in there. He'll work his way forward. Couldn't get it through Gostisbehere and Indy.
Not a lot of space there coming through the middle of the ice.
Lindholm to Peak. Skates it to the red line and dumps in. Hops around behind Kochetkov into the far corner. Blumel kicked it back toward the end wall. Gostisbehere going to lob one end over end into neutral ice. Glove down by Lindholm, who sticks it along to Blumel. Tay going to back it up for Peak. Bruins getting some changes done here. Peak brings it up to the red line and dumps in. Kochetkov comes out to play this one and nearly played it right to David Pastrnak. Now along the end boards behind the net. Hurricanes will come free with it. Jarvis to Aho coming through neutral ice. Aho in across the Boston line. Pulls up for a shot. Glove saved by Swayman and no rebound.
Yeah, different kind of game today, right? I mean, you have to play different styles. You'd love to dictate the style that you play, but sometimes the game just doesn't allow you to do that. And today's got that feel right now. You know, not a lot of physical play. It's much different feel than the other day against the Canadians.
Well, during your interview with Marco Sturm, he said you got to survive the first 20 minutes against this Carolina team. And
they're one of the best teams in the first.
Yeah.
When they play with the lead, they're difficult to play against.
Yeah, they're 8-2 when they score first this year. Face off to the left of Swayman.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
There haven't been a lot of great chances for either side.
Bruce Nadinov against Jarvis on this face-off. Puck comes around behind the Bruins net. Jokiharju up off the near glass, and that's going to go for an icing.
I don't understand that. I don't. You've got some time to make a play. You win the face-off, and you ice it. It's unnecessary.
Moving far corner.
Aspro might have helped save one there. That was a nice, strong move by Jankowski.
Asamont gets a feed from Lohrei, moving up the right side with a shot. Partially blocked, it looked like, by Riley, who lost his stick. Kochetkov still had to make a save. Tufte looks like he might have caught one up high.
No arm up in the air by either referee. I don't know if it was a puck or a stick, but whistle went, and assuming there's a penalty, but there was no arm up in the air.
Well, the officials, it looks like they're going to have a meeting here.
Oh, it's definitely a high stick.
Yeah, he did.
But I looked down, and neither referee had their arms up.
All four officials gathered in a tight huddle here.
Nikishin, whose stick came up and got him.
It looked like he was trying to whack the puck out of the air.
Yeah.
And caught Tufte instead.
Kind of like Lindholm the other day in Ottawa. Remember that? It wasn't called. But I don't know if the referee's going to catch this or not, but pretty obvious.
Garrett Rank and Mike Sullivan, the referees tonight. Jesse Marquis and David Brisebois are the linesmen.
Oh, no penalty.
And no penalty. And that's going to draw some protests from
here's
the Bruins.
What you do. Right?
Yeah.
You call
a
the
five,
double
right?
minor,
Yeah,
and you review it so that you get it right. That's why they have
that rule. Yeah.
That's why the rule is there. And if they see it on the replay and there's no high stick, then there's no penalty. That's fine.
And if they do see a high stick, they can back it down to a minor.
Or if it's friendly fire,
right?
Or whatever. Call the penalty and review it. It's so obvious.
I mean, it would take you 3 seconds to watch the replay and figure it out. It's clear as day.
The rule is there to help them get it right.
So face-off outside the Carolina zone. Teams at 5-on-5. 3:06 to go here in the first period.
Things happen fast. I get it. Okay.
Linton sent it behind the net.
We think it's a high stick. Let's check it out.
Right. Ehlers will get it deep into Boston territory now. Lindholm played it up the wall. Kept in the zone. Sent back toward the corner and in behind the net. Pushed around the near side by Peak. Cut off before it got to Minton. Minton will get it back, though. Lindholm chasing a fluttering puck. Carries it to the red line and across the blue. And Jeannot couldn't quite stay onside there. He's trying to get his skate back to the blue line.
He was locked up with one of the defensemen for the Hurricanes there right at the blue line, trying to stay onside.
2:33 to go here in the period. Face-off will be Zacha against Stahl. And Zacha kicked it back, but Martinook got a stick in there. Directed back toward the Carolina zone and actually goes up over the glass out of play on the near side. Plenty of stops and starts in this first period. 2:26 to go. #23rd face-off of this first period. Won by Carolina. Miller goes back behind the net. Long pass up through neutral ice, directed into the Bruins zone by Stahl. Sent back behind the net. Carrier will give it back over to Stahl in the far corner. Back up top, and a shot from Nystrom, redirected off into the near side. Steves took a hit from Carrier. Centering pass for Stahl gets broken up by Zadorov. Here's Steves from the near circle, backhanding out into neutral ice. It's past Keandre Miller. Blumel giving chase into the corner against Nystrom. Miller will take the puck and step in behind the net. Pass up the right side, and Aho will dump in. Around the glass, it'll come near side to Lohrei, and he'll back it up. Aspero from the far circle toward Pasternak just outside the blue line. Pass into the middle looking for Lohrei, gets cut off by Aho. Gostisbehere from his own blue line. Now from the red, dumps it in, winding around toward the far side. Lohrei behind the net for Aspero, can't find the handle. Centering pass taken away by Geekie. Lohrei will carry out. That man pass along for Husnudinov. And across the line, Pasternak played it toward the far circle. Gostisbehere take away. He quickly sends it up the right wing side, and the Hurricanes coming forward. And a shot from Walker, redirected up and over by Swayman.
That's a good save by Swayman. Trying to go high, Walker was.
Pasternak bringing the Bruins back up the right side. Turns with it near circle. As Husnudinov to Geekie. Backhander saved by Kochetkov, who's down and makes the cover.
The Bruins give up that odd man rush, but then they come right back down and get a nice opportunity as Pasternak makes this play into the middle to Husnudinov. And Husnudinov is going to go down low to Geekie. Geekie's coming from the goal line. He tries to pull that puck to the backhand, and Kochetkov, nothing conventional about that save. It's but effective. I mean, I don't even know how to describe how he saved that puck. He was down on both pads and slid to his left and then down on his stomach. Like I said, effective. He kept it out.
Corrali's going to get whistled for touching the puck with a high stick here.
Remember, we watched a guy like Tim Thomas make unconventional saves here for years. We watched.
I was thinking there's kind of like a Hasek-like.
Dominic Hasek make them for years. That had a little of that to it.
The old slinky spine.
You don't know what he's going to do, right?
43 seconds to go in the period. 8 saves now for Kochetkov. 9 for Swayman. Face-off win by Asimon. Peak inside his own zone. Up the right side. Directed deep here by Corrali. Jankowski with Asimon bearing down on him in the near corner. Sends it around to the far side. The two of them going to chase it over there. Corrali keeps it alive. Sends it across ice. Peak at the blue line. Try to play it down the wall. Knocked down by Taylor Hall. At the red line, Lindholm bringing back forward. So Corrali batted back toward Lindholm, and his shot. Walker saved Kochetkov. 11 seconds to go in the period. Back to the red line, and Lindholm moves it across toward the near side. They back out of the zone by Riley. And Hall tries to shoot one in to the Bruins zone, right into the legs of Peak, and Peak and Hall get together, and then Jankowski comes over to give Peak some static. Two of them joust a bit before the officials separate them, and everyone will head to the locker room. A little tension at the end of the first period. Either team on the board after 20 minutes. Bruins and Hurricanes are scoreless here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I got to dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're going to know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Engines roar, tires grip. It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda wonderland of your own with a great offer on a rugged new Passport, a winter-ready Pilot, or a Ridgeline with available all-terrain tires. Hurry into your local Honda dealer and experience the wonder of Happy Honda Days with a great deal on your favorite Honda today.
Driving in a Honda wonderland.
See dealer for financing details.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at TimberTech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit GoBLUSky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
Beware the holiday buffering.
Who are you?
The ghost of internet past here to slow down right when your guests arrive.
Not this year. We got Verizon's 100% fiber optic home internet. Scored a limited time offer for $20 a month and locked in the price for 3 years.
Fios home internet, that's scary fast.
Now we can all stream, video chat, and game at the same time. So bye.
Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch to Fios home internet today. Fios 300 megabits per second plan at $20 a month with autopay. Any Verizon mobile phone plan and bonus discount. Price guarantee applies to base monthly rate only for my home customers. Terms apply.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Your hot takes on the Sports Hub.
Knocked away by McAvoy. Puck will be cleared by Kastelik. 5 to go. Lindholm in front. Corrali slam dunks it home with 2.2 to go. The Bruins with an empty netter make it 3-1. That will do it as Anaheim will settle in behind their net with the puck. They were able to fend off a Bruins comeback in the third period. Boston got it tied, but Anaheim puts up 7 tonight and wins it 7-5 as Boston falls for the 6th straight game.
It helped us clarify a few things, and usually things happen when you're losing. And I think that was something we probably needed. We probably started way too hot, maybe. Winning 3 in a row. You think it's going to be easy, but it isn't.
As the Bruins win it 5-3 over the Maple Leafs and collect win number 7 in a row, 8 of their last 9. And don't look now, but the Bruins are tied for the Atlantic Division lead with the Montreal Canadiens. And Kastelik wins it. Lindholm will eat it behind the net. And the Bruins will win it here in Montreal. taking round one of the season series, 3-2 the final. They beat the Canadiens tonight here at the Bell Center. And for the Bruins, that's now 9 wins in their last 11 games as they pull ahead of the Canadiens in the Atlantic Division standing.
I'm learning too, about my players. We can watch so many games, even in the summer and this and that. Even the last 4 weeks, not all the players, but some of the players already I view them a little bit differently. Now I know exactly what can they do, what not. Is it too much?
Some of the sounds of the first quarter of the Bruins season. We're back here at TD Garden. No score between the Bruins and Hurricanes after one. Alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. We're going to spend a few minutes here talking about the first 25% of this season. Bruins a 12-8 record, and you heard it in there. A 3-game winning streak to open the season, followed by a 6-game losing streak to fall to 3-6. Now they've won 9 of their last 11 to get to 12-8 on the year. I mean, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster, but boy, have the Bruins in sole possession of first place at this point in the season, I think is a surprise to a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, certainly. I mean, you look at the way that they started with the 3-0, I think everybody was surprised at that. 6 losses in a row. I was surprised at that. Not necessarily that you got a losing record, but, 6 in a row, and you lost some of them that you probably expected to get at least to overtime and, give yourself a chance at 2 points. The most disturbing thing about the 6-game losing streak, Ryan, if you said that you'd have 6 games and you would have 19 goals for in those 6 games, would you take that? I mean, that's over 3 goals. Over 3 goals
win
a game.
Some of those.
You would win some of those, right? Or at least get points out of them. But they gave up 28 in those 6 games, and they got none of them to overtime. So, they've righted the ship since then. They've won. They're 9-2 since then. I don't know if they're a 9-2 team, or I don't think they're an 0-6 team either. So, split the difference somewhere in there. They're on a good run right now, and you want them to keep it up. They've got a tough team in front of them here today. You're going to have to find a different way to win than maybe you did the other day. And, the formula for them is battles, strong defense, strong defensively, strong defensive structure, make teams work for their opportunities. That's, Carolina plays a similar style in terms of making you work for their chances. They do it in a different way, but it's a good challenge for them today. And then moving forward, you got 4 more in a row on the road, 4 in a row on the road coming up before Thanksgiving hits you, and then 2 more at home to close out the month. But I think at this point in the season, when you take it as a whole, I think we're still trying to figure out what the real team is. But I think you take this record. Could it be better? Sure. Could it be a little worse? Maybe, but I think that you can trim some of those regulation losses, and add some points to your total.
So what clicked with this team after the 6-game losing streak? What has it been here? You mentioned 9-2 over the last 11. The only team that's beaten them in that span is the Ottawa Senators. So they beat them twice, but.
Well, I think that Ottawa game really clicked for them. I mean, they beat Colorado here. It's the only regulation loss the Colorado Avalanche had was here at the TD Garden. But then the very next game was up in Ottawa, and it was one of the ugliest. It was the ugliest game of the season. It was poor right from the start. They couldn't find them, so they couldn't get going. And then they rolled off 7 in a row, and I think that kind of hit rock bottom for them. Even though that after the 6-game losing streak, you had to win against Colorado. I think that just then you lose to Ottawa the way that you did, and defensively, it certainly clicked for them. The special teams have been good. The scoring's been there most of the year.
They're 5th in the league in scoring.
Yeah, it's been there. The power play's good. So you clean up some of those defensive lapses that they've had, or breakouts where they've really struggled at times, or mind cramps where they make a bad change, at the wrong time, or just some of those brain cramps that you have. Trying to come out of the zone, and I think you clean some of those up, and they're in a much better situation.
Right about the quarter pole of the season, 12-8 through 20 games, 24 points for the Bruins atop the Atlantic Division. No score here between the Bruins and Hurricanes after one at TD Garden. Each team credited with 9 shots on goal in that first period. 9 saves for Jeremy Swayman and 9 for Pyotr Kochetkov. We'll get a check of the Sports Hub headlines coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
Atomic Coffee Roasters, a second-generation family business roasting fresh in Peabody. This holiday, give better coffee. Holiday bundles, seasonal roasts, or subscriptions. To unwind, try Atomic Black Coffee Liqueur. Find it statewide or at drinkatomic.com/radio. Atomic Coffee Roasters. Positive energy, 1 cup at a time.
I know, Nelson. I'm telling them. Winter doesn't knock politely. It kicks the door in. That's why Super Service Today gives your home more than a tune-up. It gets a winter defense plan, a deep camera look inside your furnace's heart, an examination of the drains and filters, and pressure tests that spot trouble before it's too late. It's $199 and also makes you a Total Care member where you get 2 free visits per year, priority scheduling, and peace of mind. Because when winter bares its teeth, we have your back. Book now at superservicetoday.com.
Whether you want to further your career or change it, if your next step is a law degree, your future starts November 19th at the Massachusetts School of Law in Andover. At the Massachusetts School of Law, you don't need the LSAT for admission. You can choose full or part-time studies, and you'll benefit from the most affordable tuition in New England. Register for our next open house, November 19th at 6:30 p.m. by visiting mslaw.edu. Just click on Open House to sign up. The Massachusetts School of Law. Your future starts here.
Dry Air Systems, an elite Mitsubishi electric diamond contractor. They install Mitsubishi electric heat pumps with instant mass save rebates. Visit DAS4HVAC.com today.
Apex Entertainment in Marlboro is 100,000 square feet of pure fun. This is New England kicker Andy Borgalis, and this season, with every field goal I kick, Apex will be donating $100 to support autism education and research at the New England Center for Children. Check out Apex on social media or go to apexentertainment.com.
Hit 98.5thesportshub.com.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Scores around the NHL right now. Beginning of the second period, Buffalo with a 1-0 lead over Edmonton. It's the Panthers and Canucks tied at 2. Capitals, they have a 1-0 lead over the Kings. And Columbus, they have a 1-0 lead right now over Montreal. And one other game on the slate later tonight, Anaheim, they'll host the Mammoth Patriots. Well, they're off this weekend because, of course, they played on Thursday night, but they're preparing for the Bengals on Sunday. And Jamar Chase, he's been suspended 1 game for unsportsmanlike conduct. He'll miss Sunday's game. Also, Trey Hendrickson ruled out for the Patriots. They did say, though, that Keyshawn Boutte and Ramondre Stevenson could be back for practice. Monday Night Football tonight features the Cowboys and Raiders. They're just about to get underway. And some other NFL news, Tyrod Taylor named the new Jets quarterback. Michael Penix Jr. He tore his ACL. He'll miss the remainder of the season. In honor of the Bruins celebrating Military Appreciation Night, you can take home a team-issued Military Appreciation jersey. It's been signed by a Bruins player. Bid on the auction by texting BBF JERSEYS. That's BBF jerseys to 76278. The auction runs through tomorrow night. All proceeds benefit the Boston Bruins Foundation. Headlines brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You can save 15% off an extra oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray. The second period's next on the 98.5 The Sports of Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
He roofs it, top shelf. When the Bruins go top shelf, they go Tito's Handmade Vodka. Award-winning and distilled till it's just right. Tito's, the official vodka of the Boston Bruins. Boston pre-games with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc. Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players, like the iconic Ford Bronco family, with great looks and the 4x4 capability to perform on or off the ice, and the rugged Ford Explorer with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
Layer on the flavor with the DQ sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets. Now available in new sweet chili or honey barbecue. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Winter will be here before you know it. At National Grid, we're taking steps to manage costs within our control and prepare our system to meet seasonal demands. We want to help you be prepared too. We offer a variety of services and solutions to help you manage energy costs during the colder months. Now is the best time to explore your options and find out what support is available. So get ready for winter before it arrives. Visit ngrid.com/here4you to learn how we can help you prepare.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-4-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Before every kickoff or first flash of the stage lights, there's The Build. At Gillette Stadium, unforgettable moments from Patriots football to world-class concerts begin with what's designed and made behind the scenes. And it starts with Autodesk. As the official design and make platform of Gillette Stadium and the New England Patriots, Autodesk helps the Craft Group reimagine how New England designs and builds for the future. Because when it's built right, anything is possible. Autodesk. Make anything. Proud partner of the New England Patriots.
Did you know that Aaron's, the snow thrower company, also makes Gravely lawnmowers? Do yourself a favor and get the job done right with the Gravely zero-turn mower designed to deliver professional results. Dial in your precise cutting height with the comfort of a plush high-back seat, powered with a dependable Kawasaki engine. Gravely is here for you and your lawn, just like the Aaron snow thrower is here for your driveway. Get the most mower for your money and get a Gravely zero-turn. Find your local dealer at gravely.com.
Hey, it's Big Jim. Heading to a game at the Garden this season, just take the train to North Station. With commuter rail, kids 11 and under always ride free. And if the game's on a weekend, you can ride with $10 weekends. So don't be late battling traffic and parking. Yuck. Buy tickets from a conductor on board or with the M-Ticket app and take the train straight to the game.
Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
Bruins and Hurricanes scoreless after one. We're joined by Riley Tufte, back up from Providence today and making his season NHL debut. Riley, welcome back to Boston. What was the message from the coaching staff as you come back here and get your first crack at the NHL this season?
Yeah, thanks for the welcome back, first of all. And, just try to go out there and play my game. I'm called up for a reason and, trying to bring this team some size and net front presence, down low presence, and try to do the best I can. So really not trying to change too much from how I was playing in Providence. Just trying to go out there and stick to the details and doing the best of my ability.
You and the team have gotten off to a great start down there in Providence this year. What's been working for you so far?
I think just playing a team game, right? Listening to the coaching staff. We have a great systems down there, and I think everybody really cares too. I think that's the main thing, and everybody wants to be there. Everybody knows what their role is, and I think that helps a ton. With some of us veteran players too. Just kind of sticking with it and kind of teaching those young guys too. So it's been an awesome ride, and obviously a lot more fun when you're winning. So it's been good.
Real quick, what's the biggest challenge against this Carolina team?
I just think they have a lot of speed. They have good stick details, and I think we're just trying to chip pucks in and get by to the net. They're a great team. They're fast. They got some skill up front. So it's going to be a good test for us.
Appreciate the time. Good luck in the second.
Thank you.
Thanks to Riley Tufte for joining us. He's brought to you by TD Bank. TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. Bruins will attack in the end to our left, and they'll try to do that right off the bat here to start the second period. Loose puck along the far boards, kicked out toward the blue line and out of the zone by Stahl, and sent back in offside by Minton.
One of the things that Tufte said there in your interview with him, he talked about, everybody kind of listening, coaching staff playing the system down there. It's the same system as up here, and I think that's really important to have that, in your American Hockey League team. They want to play a very similar, or if not the same exact system, so that when you come up here, it's ingrained in you already. You know, whether it's a defensive zone, whether it's a neutral zone, the forecheck, which I'd like to see them, you know, up their game in here, especially against the Hurricanes today if they can, you know, in this second period. But, you know, when you come up, you're playing with different players, but you're playing the same system.
And it has worked very well down there in Providence. They are 12-2 to start the season. Tufte tied for 4th in the league in the American Hockey League with 16 points in 13 games, 8 goals and 8 assists.
He's playing 4th line today, but he's also playing second power play. So, you know, big body that can add some physicality on that forecheck.
Kastelik tried to backhand one in front, got blocked. Near side, it's chip past Lindholm. Stahl coming up the right side here for Carolina. Pete comes over to greet him. Jeannot now runs him into the corner. Carrier trying to drag it out in front of Swayman, got forced back in behind. Pasternak will bring the Bruins out.
They're having trouble generating speed through the neutral zone to get in on that forecheck and attack, and really have nothing off the rush.
Lindholm's pass kicked in deep here by Geekie. Kochetkov spun it up the near side wall. Lindholm skates onto it, bringing down below the hash marks, but his pass intended for Geekie, taken away by Aho. Aho crisscrossing with Svechnikov, coming to the right circle. Geekie.
Good poke check.
Shot from the point by Nikishin, turned away by Swayman.
That almost went over the glass for a delay of game. Just barely caught the top of the glass.
Lindholm from behind the net. Here's it up the near side. Usnadinov keeping away from Nikishin. Geekie will send it deep. Kochetkov waiting for it in the trapezoid. Sends it for Aho, and he'll lob it back out to center ice. Off the glove of Aspero. It's taken by Svechnikov, working his way to the right circle. Aspero stays with him. Back of the net now, Jarvis. Svechnikov near circle, got by him, came back to the point. Walker fires from there.
Yeah, good look. Good
Easy
look
save for Swayman.
Yeah, routine. We'll call it routine.
Nothing's easy. I like that.
I have to catch myself sometimes. Easy save. Routine save.
He made it look easy.
Yes, he did. But a good look at it, you know, from the blue line in, and that's a save he should make, and even more importantly, no rebound.
Faceoff will be to his left. 12 saves for Sway so far tonight. Shots were 9-9 in that first period. Hurricanes 27 attempts to the Bruins 17. Faceoff in the defensive zone. Zadorov wraps it around far side. Blumel trying to push it up the wall.
That was read well by Gostisbehere. Way down the boards on that pitch.
Ehlers coming around to the near circle. His pass is picked off by Zacha. Cross ice, Blumel tracks it over by the Carolina bench.
Yeah, right now both teams having a difficult time really generating grade A opportunities.
Zacha finds Steves up the left side, turns with it along the near circle. Backhands along the wall to Blumel, bringing back toward the blue line. Pushes it down into the corner. Steves will carry it out from there toward the near side and then wraps it back. Kochetkov gets out of the net, shoots it around the far wall. Ehlers helped it out of the zone. Gostisbehere from the red line skates it to the Boston blue. Sends it around to the far circle. Hall. Right behind the net. Zadorov cut it off, but as he tried to play it around, it kicked back over to Hall. Sends across to the center of the blue line, and the shot by Robinson turned away on the near circle. And Riley gets it back deep. Aspero will lift it out toward the blue line, but gloved there by Nikishin, and right back deep it comes. Robinson backhanded down along the end boards. Hall brings it out toward the high slot. Shot get knocked down in front, and Tufte will push it out toward the blue line. Pass into the middle for Zacha. Just avoided a check from Hall.
Yeah, the problem is you got tired bodies out there right now.
Riley sends one right through the crease. Zacha will lift it out into neutral ice. Tufte's got it and gets it in across the Carolina line. He and Asimon will come back out into neutral ice now for Zadorov. 4 minutes gone, second period, still scoreless. Borai from the red line will dump it in. Jumped over the stick of Kochetkov. In the far corner, Corrali gets to it first. Sent it toward that far side circle for Tufte. Now it came back toward Peak, who throws one to the net. Corrali bringing back toward the blue line to keep alive. Peak sends it down into the right corner. Asimon is there. against Nikishin in the far corner. Nikishin's got his arm draped up over Asamoah's shoulder. He able to poke check that puck toward Corrali. Puck came right back to him. Lorai in the near corner. And now it'll squirt out of the zone.
Lorai tried to dump that puck back for Tufte at the point. It covered up for him.
Peak from the far circle, the Bruins zone. Minton directs one toward Kochetkov. Near circle, he gets it to Stahl. Up the right side and sent into the Bruins zone by Carrier. Now Martinook going behind the net. Runs into Jokiharju. Far circle, free puck grabbed by Jeannot. Starts up the far right wing side. One hands it forward past Miller. Kochetkov.
Oh, he is active, isn't he? He gets out there. He likes to play that puck.
He does. That time out in front of the goal line extended on that far side. Kastelik backhanding one through Martinook. Off the near wall. Lindholm played it up the near boards and tipped in to the Carolina zone. Martinook leaves it toward the corner for Miller. Rushed by Jeannot. Up the right side, here comes Svechnikov from the circle. Takes the shot. And as you like to say, dented the crest on that one.
Yeah.
On Swayman. No rebound with 14:23 to go in the second.
Yeah, it's been, you know, I think the Carolinas had a couple of odd man rushes in the first period. You know, the Bruins need to clean that up, making sure that they're, you know, not running a little bit out of position with Carolina stretching it, but the Bruins trying to establish a forecheck. They just haven't really been able to do it on a consistent basis just yet. You had a good chance for, I think the best chance was probably Morgan Geekie in the first period.
Kochetkov having to go back to the Carolina bench and replace the stick. He's been playing the puck too much. Oh, he's got a new one, and
we always, I mean, there's some goalies you want to keep the puck away from so that they can't help start a breakout, help their defensemen start a breakout. There's others that you don't mind if they play the puck because you never know what you're going to get. Chekhov's falling into the category of helping out his D right now. So if the Bruins are dumping it in, you probably want to keep it away from him, whether it's a cross corner or a better wraparound.
Zadorov under pressure in the near corner of the Bruins zone. Turned over on the near side. Walker throws one in on Swayman. Top of the far circle. And Peak freed it up to Pasternak. Lobbed it through neutral ice. Chased back into the Carolina end. Around the near side, it'll come to Svechnikov. Long pass. And he's got Jarvis behind the defense. Moving in. Swayman with the glove save. Hangs on to it.
Yeah, Swayman just bailed out his D there. Jarvis, he had a breakaway last game against the Bruins. That time he gets behind everybody. And they find him. He comes in from the left side. Swayman stays right with him.
6:08 gone, second period. Bruins and Hurricanes are still scoreless. Here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Matthew Slater. I didn't earn my team's trust on game day. I earned it in every rep. And that's how Ira does it too. They show up for you every time with respect, honesty, and an expert team ready at every turn. No pressure, no runaround, just real help. Because Ira's playbook is about people, not plays. I love Ira because they've earned my trust mile after mile.
Visit your local Ira dealership today or visit us online at iracars.com.
Hey, you could win a brand new high-efficiency gas furnace free from Rodenizer Home Services. If your furnace is 10 years or older, go to Rodenizer.com/5 free furnaces. No purchase necessary rules online.
Streamline your IT with IntraSystems. An IntraSystems managed services offering provides unmatched support, security, and efficiency. Access, security, trust. IntraSystems.com.
Dry Air Systems, an elite Mitsubishi electric diamond contractor. They install Mitsubishi electric heat pumps with instant mass save rebates. Visit DAS4HVAC.com today.
Black Friday at BJ's Wholesale Club is so big, we called in the expert at paying less around the holidays.
Scrooge here. Past, present, or future, it's hard to beat the Black Friday deals at BJ's. Believe me, I've tried. Get 25% off select toys, 30% off select small appliances, and 45% off select TVs through December 1st. Plus doorbuster deals Thanksgiving weekend. These prices are so good they even rattled old Marley's chain. Ah, humbug. Sorry, old habit.
Visit bjs.com/Black Friday for holiday savings.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
13:52 to go here in the second period. Bruins and Hurricanes are scoreless. And fans, mark your calendar. The Pro Shop's biggest sale of the year is back. Black Friday. Score 30% off store-wide from 8 to 9 a.m. and 20% off store-wide from 9 to 10 a.m. Plus, score exclusive doorbuster deals, $150 Authentics mystery sticks, and enter to win Bruins tickets, signed items, and more at the Bruins Pro Shop. Face off inside the Boston zone. Scoreless game. Just over 6 minutes into this second period. Puck gets kicked out of the zone here by Matej Blumel. He'll chase Gostisbehere back into the Carolina zone. Gostisbehere throws it to center ice. Aho trying to find Svechnikov, and that's going to wind up offside. Delayed call as Zacha goes to retrieve the puck out of the near corner. Zadorov over to Jokiharju. Pass on the right side. Never got to Blumel. Svechnikov brings the Hurricanes back toward the top of the circle and then ran into Zadorov, knocked him off balance.
Yeah, he tried to cut back to the middle there. Zadorov actually does a good job at not sticking out his leg. And when a guy does that, the instinct is to stick out your leg. But he got his body in front of him instead.
Jokiharju took away from Jarvis. Zacha gets it from Blumel, gives back to him, and as they go back and forth with the puck, they're going to wind up offside at the Carolina line.
They had the same feel as the first period with some of the whistles. And lots of them, whether they're offsides or some icings.
Let's see, we're almost 27 minutes into this game, and this will be face-off number 32.
Face-off count going. I've had a couple of these games this year. You know, there were a lot of face-offs against Montreal. The Montreal game took a while, but it was entertaining.
Well, a lot of that stemmed from penalties too.
Yeah, I mean, but it was entertaining in the sense that, you know, you had both teams that were.
Lorais has one taken away on the far side and a centering pass for Stankoven.
That's a tough giveaway there. They're jumping in there from that lefty position that time to jump the pass to the winger.
Aspero helped to keep that away from Stankoven. Puck will be cleared out here. And a foot race into the Carolina zone. It's going to turn into an icing against Boston.
Nikishin was the guy that jumped on the wing out there. He comes in from the point. Lorai tried to go up the boards, picked off, and leads to some zone time, and now the icing.
So face off back to the right of Jeremy Swayman. And if you weren't with us pregame, Lorai playing on the right side tonight.
Yeah, we talked to Sturm about it, you know, and they played him there a little bit the other day against the Canadiens after McAvoy's injury, and didn't mind him there. And I think it does allow Aspero to kind of play his game a little bit more on that left side.
Aspero in his 8th NHL game since being called up. As Riley's got it right circle here, stepping toward the slot, trying to get that teed up, and Lorai took it away from him.
A good move on Tufte, and Lorai was able to swipe it away.
Pastrnak chasing toward the near circle, but Nystrom able to regain for Carolina.
Taylor Hall playing fourth line for Carolina right now. I mean, they play everybody. You know, he'll get his ice time. They don't take a lot of penalties. But interesting to see him on a fourth line with Jankowski.
Carolina getting set up here offensively. Nystrom with a drive. That one knocked down in front, and Stahl with one hand able to knock that in, and Carolina grabs a 1-0 lead.
Good zone time. Stahl's a big body. He's around the front of the net. He's in a battle with Peak. He's taking the eyes away from Jeremy Swayman, and I don't know if the first shot, the initial shot, actually got all the way through to Swayman or not. And Stahl, like you said, with one hand on his stick, Peak had a hold of his left hand, his left arm, and Stahl reaches down with one hand and chops it home.
Jordan Stahl, his 5th goal of the season. Recently moved into 2nd place all time in Carolina/Hartford history in games played. This is his 916th.
And who did he pass?
Passed his brother, yes. Was one of them. Glenn Leslie was the other.
Eric Stahl.
Yeah.
Wes was up there as well, but it was Eric Stahl.
Yep. Only man with more is Ron Francis. Nystrom's shot toward the slot, ricocheted off of Kastelik. A drive by Svechnikov up off the glass. Kept alive by Miller at the far point. Back deep it comes. Zadorov Hits it into the far corner, Jokiharju. Up the boards, Miller again a keep. Throws it toward the net. Swayman blockers out of sight. Jokiharju lost it, but it'll come free to Jeannot. Into neutral ice, it's Minton. Backhands across ice. Here's Zadorov streaking ahead. Zadorov right circle, a shot just up over the crossbar.
It's a partial 2-on-1, but a good back check that time by Svechnikov to take it away. Force Zadorov for that shot.
Jarvis against Tampa's Lindholm deep in the Bruins zone. Aho sends one through the slot. Off to the far side wall. Ehlers brings it around toward the near side, and a shot by Walker knocked down on its way to Swayman. He covers up the bouncer as it comes into his crease.
So we're just about halfway through, and it's I'm not going to say predictable, but you know, you come into this game and after a highly emotional game against Montreal, and the Bruins are having trouble finding some of that emotion here tonight, so far anyhow. And some of that has to do with the style that Carolina plays, and they take a lot of it away from them. But one shot away, they just haven't had many great opportunities just yet.
Face-off win by Zacha. Puck around the far boards. Walker takes away. Steps into the far circle. Pete blocks his shot. Blumel tried to play into the middle. Picked off by Stankoven. Here's a drive by Ehlers that goes up off the glass. Walker backhands in deep. Peak seals it against the end board. Zacha in there as well. Zacha tried to kick it free. Now Lindholm played it to the back of the net. Ehlers going to stick on it back there. Blake takes it around to the far circle, sends one all the way across, and Ehlers from the near circle hit the short side post.
It's body language, hilarious.
Top of the circle, Blake. DeCosta spare one-timer, and Swayman has that.
Ehlers is just so frustrated. He has not had the start here in his tenure in Carolina that he's wanted, and that was a great setup that he ripped right off the post.
9:50 to go here in the second. Carolina 1, Bruins nothing. Here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Honda Ridgeline is designed to adapt to every part of your life. Going camping? Its in-bed trunk fits all the gear for your outdoor adventures. The Honda Ridgeline, a truck for everything that makes you, you.
We've all seen them. Drivers who are looking at their phones. Is there anything more crazy? It's like they're asking to be in an accident. And why are they even on their phones? To find better car insurance? That's easy. Just pull over and talk with an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll make sure you benefit from great coverage and great value. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms.
Electrical contractors, Granite City Electric has a convenient way for you to pick up and access your materials 24/7. Introducing the GCE Night Train Depot. Pick up supplies when it's convenient for you. All materials are stored safely indoors, and order size doesn't matter. It's not a locker. Best of all, it's free with over 27 Night Train Depot locations across New England. Convenience and savings all delivered to you from Granite City Electric Supply, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
The Honda Ridgeline is designed to adapt to every part of your life. Going camping? Its in-bed trunk fits all the gear for your outdoor adventures. The Honda Ridgeline, a truck for everything that makes you, you. Felger and Maz, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
Just past the midway point of this one. 9:50 to go here in the second period. Carolina's out to a 1-0 lead. Jordan Stahl's 5th goal of the year. Assists to Nystrom and Carrier at the 8:25 mark of this second period.
Yeah, the Bruins have turned some pucks over trying to get them out of the zone. Carolina's responded. They've outshot the Bruins halfway through this period, 10-3 so far in this second, plus the post by Ehlers on that last shift. So Bruins trying to generate something here offensively. And they win another draw and turn it over again.
Hall trying to center, blocked by Aspero. Asamont brings the Bruins out to the red line. Finds Lohrei cutting across the Carolina line. Juggling puck toward the near side. Tufte will bat it back toward the near circle. Nystrom is there. Up the right side of Robinson. Lohrei knocks a pass away from Jankowski near the Boston line. Here's Corrali. Right wing circle. Takes the shot. Chetkov squeezes it against his body.
They found a little bit off the rush on a couple 2-on-1s here. Partial 2-on-1s, right? With Carolina hustling to get back and take away the passing option. One was Zadorov coming down that right side. This one is Corrali getting the shot right from the dot in the right wing circle. You had Tufte going to the net on the other side, but I don't think the passing lane was really there for him.
Kastelik will take the face-off in the attack zone. Stahl wins it from him. Hurricanes will move out. They're going from left to right here in the second period. Zadorov denies an entry on the near side of the blue line. At the red line in front of the penalty boxes. Stahl sends it deep. Diaryu able to fight off a check from Martinook. Jeannot backhands it out of the zone, and Gostisbehere dumps it right back in. Carolina getting some changes done here. Jeannot comes back through the neutral ice. Stahl slows him up coming through to put a check on him on the near boards. Stahl picks one off at the red line that time. Here's Svechnikov inside the Boston zone. Slips a Jeannot check. Sends it over to the far side. Keeshan tried to play it back across. That got cut off. Minton will lift it up the right wing side. Jeannot giving chase, but Riley there a step ahead of him. Riley gets buried by Kastelik and pushes the puck down into the Boston zone, and that won't make it quite far enough for icing.
Haven't been many of those that, they hit by Kastelik there. Remember the other day against Ottawa, they threw a couple big hits on a forecheck against the Senators. It kind of got them going in the second period.
Zadorov behind the Bruins net. Pass up the near side to Geekie. He'll carry it across the red line, now in across the blue. Takes a shot and kicked away by Kochetkov.
Interesting there from Geekie. Has the puck, he lets it kind of go in front of him, and he slaps the stick of Riley to get it out of the way so he can get the shot away.
Puck off the stick of Keandre Miller into the Carolina bench, out of play. Have the wherewithal to do that. You're carrying the puck.
It's just confidence. Guys do it a lot when, somebody's carrying the puck down the middle. They'll move it wide, and then they'll take the stick away from the defenseman. They'll just put their stick on top of, the defenseman's stick, so that now the puck carrier on the right, and as they drive through, then the puck carrier on the right can try to make that seam pass to the other side. And you see on a 3-on-2, you see that done a lot. Not 1-on-1 though.
Right. Face-off win by Geekie here. Wrapped around the near side by Lindholm.
Well read by Carolina. Bruins win the draw. Carolina keeps it in.
Swayman having to deal with some traffic behind the net as he spun it up the near side. 3 Hurricanes over here to try to keep in. Lindholm got upended in the middle of that. Now Blake had it briefly, but Geekie has it back. Over to Pete. Long pass ahead to the attacking blue line. Misses Pasternak, and that'll be an icing.
Fans, hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready to start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business, and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
7:10 to go here in the second. 1-0 Carolina. Face off right of Jeremy Swayman. As Geekie will take it. Pulls back toward the corner. Peak played it up the wall. Hall just outside the hash marks. Able to pull it off the boards, and he's in a battle with Lindholm. Back to Gostisbehere, comes to the blue line. All the way around it'll come. This time to Walker skating down into the corner. Sends one right through the slot. Over to the far circle, and shot turned away as Hall got one in on Swayman. Hall, near side corner. Pivots away from Peak. Brings it back to Gostisbehere at the center of the blue line. Now back to Hall, who's out near the blue line himself. Hands off to Walker coming to the near side. His attempt blocked by Pasternak. Played up the far boards, but Gostisbehere gets there to keep in. Got it through some traffic to Walker. Back to the far side circle. Shot knocked down, and they score. Jankowski able to bang home that rebound with 6:26 to go here in the second. Carolina's up 2.
That whole shit was after an icing. And then after the icing, the Bruins win the draw. But they can't get it out. Carolina just, they're jumping every time the Bruins try to make a play up the wall. They're jumping that. And Bruins can't get it out. There was a pass made D to D out high. Pasternak almost picked it off. It went kind of in between his skate and his stick. But they keep that play alive, and Jankowski on the rebound. 2 goals off the rebounds with bodies in front. But that one was, directly off of an icing call.
First of the season for Jankowski. As the puck behind the Bruins net, onto the stick of Jordan Staal. Turns it back out toward the far circle for Martinook. Couldn't get the shot to the net. Ricocheted into the near corner now. Poked at by Staal. Coming to the side of the net, Carrier trying to drag it with a backhand out in front. Couldn't. Zacha throws it back out to center ice. Steves. He'll wheel it deep in behind Kochetkov. Kochetkov plays it around to the far circle for Martinook. Lobbed into neutral ice. Carrier will backhand it forward. And the Hurricanes change as we approach 5.5 to play here in the second period. Hall and Walker get the assists on Jankowski's goal. Zadorov behind the Bruins net. Pass off the far boards to Asamont. Hands off to Corrali, cutting through neutral ice. Poke checked off his stick by Svechnikov at the Carolina line. Svechnikov's got it back as he works his way into the Boston zone. Aho. Challenged by Tufte, who wins the puck. Asamont trying to angle it off the near boards and chase it down himself, but Miller was there first. Aho gets it from Svechnikov, and back in they come. Jokiharju backhands it around the near boards. A bouncing puck evades Tufte. Here's Aho stepping in front, and Swayman knocked that one away. Now another chance for Jarvis. That one blocked by Zadorov off the stick and up into the netting, out of play. 4:42 to go here in the second period. Carolina's opened up a 2-0 lead here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your new
Score a goal. The Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative donate to end hunger in our communities. Since it began, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million nationwide, ensuring neighbors have the nutrition they need to thrive. Here with each assist, the foundation will donate $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help end hunger. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Hi, it's Jason Todd from Blue Sky Restoration. All hockey season, Blue Sky is restoring historic garden moments on the ice. Tune in to the Bruins Radio Network every home game to hear this date in history, restored by Blue Sky. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. Restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
The Pats play on the Sports Hub.
4:42 left second period. Carolina with a 2-0 lead. Thanks to goals from Jordan Staal and Mark Jankowski, both of them coming here in this second period. The Hurricanes have outshot Boston 12-5 in this frame so far. 22-14 for the game. Near circle down to our right. Face off for Fraser Minton. Stankoven beats him on the draw. Gostisbehere's shot gets smothered by Jeannot, and a rolling puck comes towards Swayman, who tried to pull it back into his glove and nearly pulled it right back into the net.
Well, I think Lindholm may have pushed that puck, trying to help Swayman out on that.
And now a chance for Ehlers, who put one wide.
It's just been, unfortunately, it's been turnover city, trying to come out of their own zone for the Bruins today, especially in this period.
It's one a ricochet down toward Kochetkov. Gostisbehere circles back behind his own net here for Carolina. So we approach 4 minutes to go here in the period. Dump in by Gostisbehere, rattles around the boards to the far side. Blake overskated, pushed out toward the blue line by Minton. Kept in the zone. Now Lorei will backhand it to Minton coming out. Here's Pasternak on the left side. Gives it back to Minton. Left circle. Shot. Save Kochetkov. Rebound was there for a moment. Pasternak's got it near circle. Tried to get it back to Zadorov, and Blake jumped in the way of that. Far corner. Lorei's got it. Brings it up to the top of the face-off circle to the high slot. Gives to Zadorov at the left point. Zadorov trying to feather one through traffic. Kicked onto the far side. Minton to Pasternak. Back to Minton at the blue line. Under pressure immediately. Got it to Zadorov. Pass from Minton just out of his reach.
That shift had Minton, Jeannot, and Pasternak on it. These Stern meant, I don't know if that's by design or not. We'll keep an eye on it, but throwing a few things into the blender, trying to get some offense out of his team.
Ehlers lifted one high into the air, and Swayman caught the pop-up to draw a whistle and a face-off in the defensive zone.
So that puck bounced away from Swayman. As he was trying to get it, Lindholm kicked it back to him, and it went between his legs. And then Lindholm was able to swipe it away from the goal line, but with a decent chance from the left wing side that maybe changed direction a little bit. But now you've got a line coming out right now with Zacha and Steves and Blumel, so they're keeping that one together right now.
Here's Nystrom on the right wing circle, throws one towards Swayman. Out of the far corner, Blumel going to carry it out into neutral ice and a bat it forward. Hurricanes deny entry. Steves along the far side of the neutral zone. Aspero's pass was behind Blumel, and that'll be another Bruins icing. The way Carolina plays and the way that they take away time and space, is as a player, you just get frustrated and start doing the wrong things here?
They're doing that now. They've done it this period. Yeah. I mean, they're winning the majority of faceoffs inside their own zone. They've got a distinct advantage in the faceoff circle, and a lot of the faceoffs has been in their own end. But they're not able to get them out, and then trying to force plays. That one they lose.
Nystrom from the right point. Played it down low, looking for Hall. Didn't connect. Steves along the near boards. Nystrom holds that. Robinson will play it around to the far side. Hall takes a hit from Jokiharju. They're tangled in the far corner. Zacha skates back toward the back of the net. Turns away from Jankowski. Far circle. The puck gets to Blumel. He gets rushed by Hall and forced back in behind the Bruins net. Carolina will change. Long pass up the near side, directed ahead by Zacha, trying to spring Geekie. Hurricanes, though, retrieve. Zacha diving to take one away at the red line.
Good effort, just out of the reach of Geekie there in the neutral zone.
Lifted back deep into Boston territory. Aspero and Marknook in the near corner. Up behind the net, chased into the far corner by Nikishin.
Kaslik on a line right now with Geekie and Kusadina.
Back of the net. They'll get it back to Nikishin, stepping in from the left point. That one ricocheted off Carrier, it looked like, up over the net. And then along the near circle, Kusnedinov goes down in pursuit of the puck, and a penalty coming against Carolina.
Martin up for a trip. See if this power play can try to get them going with 1:47 seconds left in the period. They've had trouble generating 5-on-5.
Number 48, 2 minutes.
They had one power play in the first period, and it was not exactly a momentum generator.
Carolina ended up with a couple chances off of
it. Again, with Arvidsson put on IR today, Blumel joins this power play unit. Hampus Lindholm is the quarterback here in place of Charlie McAvoy after his injury on Saturday night as well. Zacha, Pasternak, and Geekie, the rest of that 5-man unit. Face-off will be Zacha and Stahl in the near circle.
Blumel, opportunity.
Hurricanes looking to clear. Blumel at the blue line, gloves it down. Got it to Geekie at the far circle. And the Bruins will get set up here. Minute 35 to go in the period. Lindholm, center of the blue line, moving toward the near side. Sends it back toward that far side.
And shin high, though. It was the right play. It was shin high for Zacha.
They keep it alive, though. Geekie sending it back into that far corner. Blumel tapped it along to Zacha, kicked it to his stick. Back toward the blue line, and Lindholm has to reach out to keep it alive. Now Zacha out of the far corner. Gives to Blumel. Center blue line for Lindholm. Back toward Blumel, is out of the blue line now. Lindholm plays it down the near circle, and it skips off Geekie's stick and goes over the glass out of play.
I mean, Blumel keeps the puck in at the blue line. Poor clearing attempt by the Hurricanes after winning the draw cleanly. But the Bruins, poor execution, just everything over on that right side. And wasn't even a lot of pressure from the Hurricanes that time. And then eventually they try to make a pass down low, and it goes off a stick and out of play.
So
change the units.
Pasta will stay out there. Kusnedinov, Tufte, Asamont, and Laura
Pastrnak never touched the puck on that.
Lohrei, good job to glove one down at the blue line and keep in. Gives over to Asimon. Brings it down the right circle. Now Husnudinov coming back toward the blue line. Passes for Lohrei. Shot through a screen by Tufte. In and out of the glove of Kochetkov. Off the far boards, Jarvis clears it, and he's got a breakaway. Jarvis shorthanded from the near circle. Backhand, forehand, and he hit the post in behind Swayman. Husnudinov brings the Bruins back the other way. Asimon will send it deep. 45 to go in the power play, 31 to go in the period. Pastrnak coming out of the near corner, lost it. Jarvis will play it back into the Bruin zone.
Second breakaway of the period for Jarvis. He had one earlier, and that one, nice move as he tried to go back to the forehand, but hit the post and out the other way.
Riley Tufte down the right wing circle as his pass picked off. Lohrei kept in at the blue line, but his pass comes out of the zone as he tried to feed it across to Pastrnak. Pasta will drag it back into the Carolina zone. He's got Lohrei trying to split defenders, and the puck batted out of the air by Asimon and gloved by Kochetkov just as the siren sounds to end the second period. So the Hurricanes put 2 on the board in the period and have a 2-0 lead at the end of 2 here at TD Garden. We'll be back with our second intermission next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I gotta dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Engines rev, are you listening?
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda wonderland of your own with a great offer on a fun-to-drive new Accord, Civic, CR-V, or HR-V. Hurry into your local Honda dealer and experience the wonder of Happy Honda Days with a great deal on your favorite Honda today.
Driving in a Honda wonderland.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at TimberTech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit GoBLUSky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team. Electrical contractors, do you travel to job sites every morning wondering when your materials will arrive? Granite City Electric Supply can change that feeling and have your crews working first thing every morning. Use the GCE Night Train. Overnight delivery guaranteed by 6 a.m. to most job sites throughout New England. Or pick up at one of 27 GCE Night Train depot locations, providing convenient 24/7 access to materials for pickup on your schedule. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Want the lowest price on name brand tires? Town Fair Tire beats all the competition. We beat the wholesale clubs. We beat online prices. We beat all local tire dealers. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. The Bruins play on the Sports Hub.
Played up the far boards, but Gostisbehere gets there to keep in. Got it through some traffic to Walker. Back to the far side circle. Shot knocked down, and they score. Jankowski able to bang home that rebound with 6:26 to go here in the second. Carolina's up 2. Back here at TD Garden after 2 periods, it is the Hurricanes with a 2-0 lead. Been a kind of a frustrating 40 minutes for the Bruins so far. Carolina's not giving them a whole lot to work with, and they haven't been able to generate a whole lot on their own.
Bruins heard some boos there after that second period ended, and some of it is Carolina, but some of it's the Bruins. It's they're not on right now. You just had that quick 2-game road trip. It wasn't a great game against Ottawa. They had their moments. Second period, they battled back in that game, and they had their moments. I think Montreal game is a game that they love to play. You get into it physically, you're into it right away. I mean, just the whole, all the circumstances surrounding that game, you're into it right away, and you better be into it right away. They got out of the first period, which is what Marco Stern told us in our pregame show and our talk with him. He said, if we can get through the first 20 minutes, that's going to be critical. And, we need to have a good start in that way. It wasn't great, but they got through the first 20 minutes, and they gave a couple odd man rushes. Swayman was there for them, and it was good. But the second period was dominated by Carolina. And Bruins ended up with 7 shots on goal, but how many dangerous shots have they had in this entire game?
Yeah, not a lot.
I mean, Geekie had one in the first period, maybe Mitten's chance here later in the second. They had a couple partial 2-on-1s. One missed the net. The other one, was a save by Kochetkov. They have not been able to establish a forecheck on a consistent basis. And I think more importantly, defensively, in their defensive zone, the breakouts have been difficult. Lots of turnovers. I'm just curious of what they have from just looking down at the statistics. I mean, right now they have the Bruins for 19 giveaways. I would say that's fairly accurate. Every time they've tried to make a pass up the boards, it's taken away. You bank a puck off the board, it's taken away. Carolina jumping with their defense in front of the wingers. The battles on the boards have not been there for the Bruins because the defense has been jumping by them. That's how aggressive they are and keeping pucks in. There's been some turnovers in the middle. They win draws and they don't get it out because they're turning pucks over. So some of this, and it's under pressure. A lot of it's under pressure, not, you asked me the other day against Ottawa, is it something Ottawa's doing? And I said, no, it was more self-inflicted.
Yeah.
This is a little bit more with the pressure, and the Bruins haven't handled it as well as they need to.
So as you said, Carolina's done a good job of taking away the walls. Are there plays to be made into the middle to get the puck out of the zone?
Sure, I mean, and there's support. I mean, even through the neutral zone, trying to make a play. How often have we seen the Bruins come through the neutral zone with any speed? It's I can count on one hand.
Yeah.
It's just they haven't been able to. And then they get the power play and they give up a breakaway to Jarvis. You're down 2-0. You get a power play at the end of the second period. You've got an opportunity to make this a 2-1 game going into the third. And there's nothing on Kochetkov by the first unit. There's nothing on Kochetkov by the second unit. And to top that, they give up a breakaway. And Jarvis chips it by Lori and goes in alone, hits the post on a deke on Swayman. Unfortunately, it's not 3-0. So, that kind of gives you an indication of where the Bruins are execution-wise so far in this game.
Yeah, 3 minutes and 47 seconds. They've had a power play time in this game. They've got one shot to show for it.
Yeah, it has not been. You still have 13 seconds here, so not much time remaining to start this period. But sometimes I look at the stat sheets and I don't really agree with it all that much. 19 giveaways sounds about right, and a lot of it from their own zone or coming up through the neutral zone.
All right, so how do the Bruins find their game in the final 20 minutes?
There's got to be some legs there, right? I think Kaslik tried to be physical. How many hits have we seen in this game? How many hits that are impactful have we seen in this game?
Maybe one. The one from Kaslik is the only one that I can think of.
But, you got to generate something from within in order to generate something here, because Lisa, sometimes the atmosphere, and I'm not saying the atmosphere in TD Garden is usually great, but I think just coming off that intense game against Montreal is kind of, you're not up for this one quite as much.
It's a natural letdown.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. And that's the way it looks through 2 periods. So you've got to generate some of your own intensity in this game. And that's some of it's the way Carolina plays. They don't hit that much. They're not an overly physical team, but they play a high intensity game without the puck. So they're taking away a lot of your options.
They make you earn everything, don't they?
Well, they are tonight, that's for sure. When they're on their game, they do. Right. Yeah, and that's their reputation. Can they play like that all the time? And I'll go back to some of Sturm's comments from earlier. He said, they'd like to play that way. It's hard for them to do that for 60 minutes. But the Bruins need to exploit some of it to make them scramble a bit, to make them a little bit back on their heels. They haven't been back on their heels at all in this game.
Right.
One shift here, one shift there, but not anything near where they need to be and establish that forecheck.
Both of the Hurricanes' goals coming in that second period. Jordan Stahl from Nystrom and Carrier at 8:25. And then Mark Jankowski's first of the year from Hall and Walker at 13:34 have the Hurricanes up by 2. Time now for our music of the game, brought to you by Live Nation. He is back. Weird Al Yankovic, Bigger and Weirder Tour 2026, Saturday, July 18th here at TD Garden. Get tickets on Friday at livenation.com. Checking the Sports Hub headlines is next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
There's nothing like the sights and sounds of the holidays. The crackle of a fire, the tearing of wrapping paper, and of new gifts. The smell of cookies, ornaments on the tree, and of new toys, along with the sound of Christmas carols through the Lexus Premium Sound System. Get into the holiday spirit during the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Get offers on select models now through January 5th. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
This November, Window Nation puts an end to your window problems. You'll save big, too, with 50% off all window styles. Plus, you could get 0 interest for 5 years. But you have to hurry, the sale ends soon. So, schedule your free estimate now at windownation.com. That's windownation.com.
Streamline your IT with IntraSystems. An IntraSystems managed services offering provides unmatched support, security, and efficiency. Access, security, trust. IntraSystems.com.
When you own your own business, you need to keep things moving. Need to book a last-minute flight? Earn a $300 travel credit to cover that. Need to take a meeting before takeoff? Do it from the comfort of the Chase Sapphire Lounge by the club. Need to catch your breath before you board? Done. With $2,500 in annual value, the new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business is the card that gives back all you put in. Visit chase.com/reserve business to learn more. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member of FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
I know, Nelson. I'm telling them. Winter doesn't knock politely. It kicks the door in. That's why Super Service Today gives your home more than a tune-up. It gets a winter defense plan, a deep camera look inside your furnace's heart, an examination of the drains and filters, and pressure tests that spot trouble before it's too late. It's $199 and also makes you a Total Care member where you get 2 free visits per year, priority scheduling, and peace of mind. Because when winter bares its teeth, we have your back. Book now at superservicetoday.com.
At 99 restaurants, the $14.99 Big Deal meals start the week off right. Satisfy big appetites every Monday through Wednesday. Try our roasted turkey dinner smothered with rich gravy. For Big Deal meals and a great time, you gotta love the Nines.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Easily Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Taking a look at the NHL scoreboard after 2 periods, Buffalo leads Edmonton 3-1. Panthers have a 5-3 lead over Vancouver. It's the Capitals 2, Kings 1. And midway through the second period, Columbus has a 2-1 lead over Montreal. One other game tonight, Anaheim, they will host the Mammoth. Patriots, they're preparing for the Bengals this Sunday. Jamar Chase has been suspended 1 game for unsportsmanlike conduct. Does sound like he will appeal. If he loses, he'll miss the game on Sunday. Trey Hendrickson also has been ruled out of the game. Monday Night Football features the Cowboys and the Raiders. Right now, Dallas, they have a 10-6 lead. Some other NFL news. Tyrod Taylor named the new Jets quarterback. Michael Penix Jr., he tore his ACL. He'll miss the remainder of the season. And in college football news, James Franklin, he's named the new head coach at Virginia Tech. The Boston Bruins Coaching Symposium, presented by Mass General Bright and in partnership with Massachusetts Hockey, is back. Join us Sunday, December 6th at Warrior Ice Arena for the opportunity for USA Hockey certified coaches to earn their under 6, under 8, or level 3 certification at no cost. Elevate your coaching game and register today at bostonbruins.com/coaching symposium. I'm Joe Murray. Third period's next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hurry into DQ for their sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets, layered with flavor from top to bottom and everywhere in between. Try them today. Now available in new sweet chili or honey barbecue. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Hey, it's Charlie McAvoy. I love working with Service Credit Union because I believe in their mission to support the health, safety, and financial well-being of first responders. They put people before profits, and this season, Service Credit Union is giving back in a big way through our 73 Reasons campaign, donating $200 for every block shot and $1,000 for every shutout, up to $250,000. Service Credit Union, success built on trust, banking built on service. Join the team and learn more at servicecu.org.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players, like the iconic Ford Bronco family, with great looks and the 4x4 capability to perform on or off the ice, and the rugged Ford Explorer with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
Hi, everyone. Julie Stewart-Binks here, along with former NHLer Nate Thompson. Join us on Energy Line as we share our takes, stories, and surprise guests every week. Patrick Kane, 3-time Stanley Cup champion. Team USA head coach Mike Sullivan. 6-time Stanley Cup champion Mark Messier.
With over 800 NHL games, I know a couple guys.
Biz didn't have Twitter. No one knew who he was, so I called Whit, and I'm like, how's Biz? He was like, I'm telling you right now, you're going to hate him. Then he'll be your best friend.
Listen on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts,
or wherever you get your podcasts.
Beware the holiday buffering.
Who are you?
The ghost of internet past here to slow down right when your guests arrive.
Not this year. We got Verizon's 100% fiber optic home internet. Scored a limited time offer for $20 a month and locked in the price for 3 years.
Fios home internet, that's scary fast.
Now we can all stream, video chat, and game at the same time. So bye.
Call 1-833-VERIZON to switch to Fios home internet today. Fios 300 megabits per second plan at $20 a month with autopay. Any Verizon mobile phone plan and bonus discount. Price guarantee applies to base monthly rate only for my home customers. Terms apply.
Are you already picturing the cold, slushy gray days ahead? Well, this winter, paradise in the Caribbean is closer than you think. Non-stop flights from Boston to Anguilla are now flying direct on Anguillair, operated by Bermudair. Step on board and feel the warm island hospitality the moment you take your seat. Fares start from $179 one way. This is the only non-stop flight connecting Boston to Anguilla. Your shortcut to sunshine. Book now at flyanguillair.com. From Boston to barefoot bliss, only with Anguillair. That's flyanguillair.com.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
It's time for This Date in Bruins History, being restored by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors.
And now the game rides on the stick of Antoine Brumet. He has to score here or the Bruins will win it. A left-handed shooting Brumet from center. Here he comes. Down the middle to the slot. Put the brakes on a backhand and a side rash. And the Bruins win their 7th victory in a row. They knock off the Blue Jackets in a shootout 2-1.
This date in Bruins history, taking us back to the magical year of 2011. Bruins with a 2-1 shootout victory against the Columbus Blue Jackets, swept a 5-game homestand for the first time since back in November and December 1986. This date in Bruins history being restored by Blue Sky. Remember, if you have a property disaster, visit gobluesky.com. That's GoBLU Sky.com. Blue Sky Restoration, restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow. Bruins down 2 goals as we go to the third period. 2-0 Carolina. Both Hurricanes goals coming in that second period from Jordan Stahl and Mark Jankowski, about 5 minutes apart. Boston will have a 5-on-4 power play for the first 13 seconds of the period. Shots on goal through 2, 23-16 in favor of the Hurricanes. They had a 13-7 edge in that second stanza.
Yeah, and it was sometimes, you get those, you look at the shot totals and you're like, yeah, most of them are from the outside. But, that the shot totals give you an indication of where most of the play was in that second period.
Bruins will be going from left to right offensively here in the period. Start out with Usnadinov, Geeky, and Pasternak, Lohrei, and Zadorov.
Yeah, you only 13 seconds remaining in this power play, so.
It's not a true power play unit here. So they win the face-off. Zadorov gets it to Lohrei. Geeky redirects it deep here. Kochetkov steers it away from the side of his net. Zadorov from the far point drives one toward the net. That one blocked off toward the end wall. Power play is over. Bruins 0 for 2 on the night. And the Hurricanes going to get called for an early icing here, just 21 seconds into the third.
Yeah, we'll see what they do here. So they changed up the lines later in that second period. Right now they're going to go with Jeannot, Minton, and Pasternak. And that line generated one of the few chances that the Bruins had in that second period. They had a couple 2-on-1s, but that Minton had an opportunity with this line.
Face-off win by Minton. Zadorov to Pasternak, far circle, pivots down low, tried to drive right to the side of the net. Kochetkov drops his stick and picks up the puck with the blocker.
Pasternak's like, what? You know, he's shooting. Kochetkov lost his stick. Pasternak's looking for a penalty. He brings his puck strong to the front of the net. Feels that he got tripped up there or hooked on his way to the net. He's complaining to the referee. Frustration, certainly with the crowd at the end of that second period. You think about the Bruins in the big picture and what they've done here. 9-2 in their last 11 games. I mean, you know, it's been solid for the Bruins in their wins, but the frustration, not only, I mean, the fans look frustrated, but I know that the players are frustrated just by the way that they're playing and some of the things that they're trying to do that just aren't there.
Puck sent out into neutral ice here by Carolina. Martinook will dump it in. Swayman to the back of the net. Backhands to the near corner for Lohrei. Around to the far side, Zadorov. Jeannot hammers it off the wall ahead for Pasternak. Just inside the Carolina line, but knocked back out of the zone here by Stahl. He comes forward all by himself. Puck batted away from him, and Carrier was unable to settle it. Now Pasternak chasing back to the Carolina zone. Top of the near circle. Centering pass. And Jeannot was coming down that left circle.
I don't know if Gostisbehere got a piece of that just at the last second.
Minton in the neutral ice toward Pasternak. And backed up to Peak. Bruins changing here. Riley Tufte gets the pass from Peak. Chips it up off the near boards. And that's going to be icing. He was shy of the red line as he tried to play it deep.
Yeah, you're a couple feet behind the red line there. They don't give him the benefit of the doubt, but that was too far away from the red line. It's just an unnecessary icing. He wasn't being cut off. One more stride, half a stride even.
As you said, you know, usually the linesman will give you a little bit of leeway there, but not quite that much. Off the face-off, Nikishin sends over to the far side. One-timer by Riley goes wide.
We've already had one goal in that second period come after an icing call.
That one gets directed off a stick up over the end glass out of play. 1:27 gone here in this third period. Another face-off in the defensive zone. They'll switch up the deep pairing here. Peak and Lindholm go off. Tufte over by the bench and then getting a new stick as well. Riley Tufte, 6 games in the NHL last year. Did not record a point. He's got 24 and make it 25 tonight NHL games in his career.
He's had a couple, you know, he's a good American Hockey League player. Score.
Face-off, Nikishin fires one that goes up over Swayman.
Sometimes it's hard to make that jump from being a scorer in the American Hockey League to a everyday player in the NHL.
Aspero rims it around the near side. Jokiharju trying to battle through Nikishin along the near boards. Corrali backs it up. Aspero plays over to Asimont. Front of the Bruins bench. Fired across near side. Kicked away from Corrali. Did get a piece of it. Nikishin spins it around the far side. Jankowski backhands it out into neutral ice. And a check by Corrali. Knocks down Robinson. Brings the puck back into the Carolina zone. Asimont with a shot Never made it to the net. Blocked by Nikishin. Corrali throws one to the net. Tufte trying for the rebound. Off the end wall, he'll spin it up the near circle. Corrali had it taken away by Hall. And back toward the Boston zone. Bounced away from Lindholm. Aho put it off the back wall. Near side, Nikishin from the circle. Centering pass. Tough to get a piece of that. Now Nikishin with a backhand shot from the inside of the circle. Turned away by Swayman. Asamont will get it out into neutral ice. And from the Carolina line, will send it deep. Head off on a change. 2:45 gone here in the third period. Hurricanes lead 2-0. From the red line, a dump in by Walker. Ricochets off the back of the net. Zadorov gets it through some traffic to Lohrei near circle. Gostisbehere held in. Lifted out of the zone this time by Steves. Blumel and Walker collide. Look inside the Carolina zone. Blumel helps force a turnover. Lohrei near circle. Finds Steves. Back to Blumel. Is at the blue line. Over to Zadorov far side. His shot off the glass, and that's going to carry him all the way back down to the Bruins zone. Blumel picks it up and goes behind Swayman around to the far side. Gives to Jokiharju from his own blue line. Takes it over by the Bruins bench. There were some changes going on there, and he turned back into the Boston zone, and now under pressure. Around the net it comes toward Geekie at the near circle. Lobbed into neutral ice. Off the glove of Nystrom. Jokiharju, far side, finds Hustadinov just inside the Carolina zone. Turn right back out of there. Wheelers plays across to the near side. Jokiharju starts the Bruins out. Aspero through the center ice circle across the Carolina line. Shot gloved by Kochetkov, hangs on to it.
Yeah, you know, you look at Kochetkov's game. We talked about him playing the puck, going out and being active. He certainly hasn't had to make a second save today.
No, it's been one and done.
When there has been a shot that's been one and done, and he's seen just about all of it. I think he had to make one difficult save, and that was the one on Geekie in the first period, right?
Yeah. Minton will take this face off against Stahl. Minton wins it. Pasternak quickly over to Lindholm for a shot, and the save kicked a rebound out that time.
Produced a rebound there. Minton just couldn't come up with it.
Peak back inside his own zone. Pasternak backhands it over to the far side for Lindholm. Back to Peak near circle. Jeannot taps one through the neutral ice. Sent back toward the Boston line again. Peak to Lindholm. His pass gets disrupted by Carrier. Peak will play it up the near side, and Jeannot helps it deep. Kochetkov at the side of the net. Steps back in behind the net. Tried to play it through Minton, and now Kochetkov lost his stick back in there. He's back in between the pipes, stickless.
That was an adventure for him.
Jeannot, one-timer, ends up going wide. Near side boards lifted out toward the blue line. Peak able to knock down a bouncing puck, sends it back in behind. Jeannot skates into the fallen stick and kicks it around the far circle. Puck out to neutral ice. Peak trying to reload quickly, and Pasternak couldn't quite clear the zone in time. It's offside.
Yeah, Kochetkov's stick was way over on the half wall. So he wasn't going to be able to get that. The Bruins try to reload quickly and get going back into the zone, but Pasternak was trapped deep.
.501 gone here in the third period. Bruins still down 2-0. Corrali and Jankowski meet on the faceoff just outside the Carolina zone. Corrali wins it. Zadorov dump in from about 75 feet on goal. Kochetkov drops that up free to DeAndre Miller. Up the far wall, directed deep by Hall for the Hurricanes. Lohrei from behind the Bruins net to the near circle, jumped away from Asamon, and Hall
was in his skates.
Zadorov pass for Corrali. Trouble finding the handle on it, but now gets it away from Robinson. They get it just inside the Carolina line. Backhand floater toward the net. Kochetkov blockers that away as Tufte and Nystrom come sliding into his crease. Here's Hall back ahead for the Hurricanes. Inside the Boston line. Spins himself to the ice. Whips it across the ice to the near side. Aho to Jarvis. Checked away by Corrali. Aho's got it. Near side wall. Jarvis kept it moving in behind the net. Aspero goes down in pursuit. Svechnikov cross ice to Nikishin. Back cross into the middle of the blue line for Riley.
That hit Aho. He went down. He's going to go at it with Aspero right now. He just went back at Aspero.
Knocked Aspero down. Aspero gives him a shot in the back. And Aho just swung the stick at Aspero with a slash. They play on. He's starting to heat up a little bit here.
Angry.
Blumel, right circle. Game could use a little bit of that emotion right now. Azaka backhands it down deep. Blumel trying to center. That was blocked. Hurricanes looking to clear. Jarvis just gets it out across the blue line.
I said this guy, they're looking for something to cheer about, right?
Zaka. Lindholm now to Peak. Zaka swept it toward the far side, off the wall. Lindholm has it against Stankoven, far circle. Blumel along the end boards, trying to get it in front. Instead of Langle off the near wall. Peak gives to Steves, top of the circle with a shot. Blocker saved by Kochetkov. That one high in the air, stays in play.
Steves had a good hit earlier in this shift on the forecheck.
Backhanded from the far circle by Nikishin. That's going to go for a Carolina icing with 12:42 to go.
That's some life, right? A good forecheck. Aspero and Aho going at it a little bit. And a good hit by Steves in on the forecheck that time on Nikishin. Now Janot's going to come over and have a talk with the ref. I mean, that was a pretty good whack. The referees were watching it. I mean, Aspero knocked him, Aho down. Then they went back at each other as they're on their way back up the ice, and it finished with Aho giving him a good shot. I'll call them both, call none of them, but or neither of them, I should say.
Face off in the far circle to our right. One by Minton. Zadorov hands it off. And it's going to get called for a pick here. And then he and Gostisbehere come together as Zadorov not happy with the penalty, trying to get Gostisbehere to retaliate.
It's not, for me on this one, I got to get another look at it, but it's not the referee that had the best look at it. It's the referee that's deep in the zone that's calling it. He's got a lot of bodies to look through. It's the one out at center ice who should have made the call if he thought it was interference. He let it go.
Gostisbehere is headed to the penalty box as well here, so we'll sort that out. 12:37 to go in the third. It's the Bruins trailing 2-0 here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Hey New England, Drake May here. I'm always striving for greatness on the field, but greatness doesn't wait. It gets up, shows up, and moves forward. It takes hard work, ingenuity, and progress to achieve it. That's exactly what Chevy had in mind with the Chevy Silverado. Built bold, built for what's next. It has it all. Power, versatility, tech, comfort, the sky's the limit. Everything a great quarterback is looking for on the road. Because I know the Silverado is striving for that greatness just like me. Get to your local New England Chevy dealer today and check it out. The Chevy Silverado. Built to lead, built for greatness.
Dry Air Systems, an elite Mitsubishi electric diamond contractor. They install Mitsubishi electric heat pumps with instant mass save rebates. Visit DAS4HVAC.com today.
Streamline your IT with IntraSystems. An IntraSystems managed services offering provides unmatched support, security, and efficiency. Access, security, trust. IntraSystems.com.
Score big this fall with Rebel Garage Solutions. Garage doors, repairs, epoxy floors, and smart organization. Book a free consultation today and get 10% off with promo code ZOE at rebelgarage.com. That's Rebel with a V, your garage transformed.
Our community stands strongest when we stand together. At Direct Federal Credit Union, we're here to help families who have been affected by the government shutdown, offering $100 gift cards to help with your Thanksgiving dinner while supplies last. We're also offering free financial counseling to help with balancing finances, consolidating debt, and planning ahead. Because at Direct, caring isn't just what we do, it's who we are. Learn more about Direct Cares and how we're helping our neighbors bring warmth and comfort home this Thanksgiving at direct.com.
This is Boston's home for sports.
Fans all throughout the season, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation donates $100 for every Bruins assist to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about Feeding the Puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. So 12:37 to go. It's going to be 4-on-4 here. Zadorov gets called for interference. Gostisbehere gets called for embellishment.
Yeah. And Brindamore's blowing a gasket. I'll tell you what, he's way off. Maybe that's just posturing because Goss is, I don't even know if it was interference. And it's the referee that's got to look through 8 other players that makes the call. The referee at center ice does not call, does not have his arm up. And we talked off the air during the commercial break. You think it might be the referee at center ice that said, went over to the other referee, the one that made it, said, yeah, Goss's pair embellished that. And
let's just take them both and even it up.
You've already got throw-off going, but you got to call the embellishment. That was like the other night in Montreal, right? Lindholm's interference coming in.
Yes.
I mean, that was a pretty good embellishment by Bolduc.
4-on-4 here for 2 minutes, barring any more penalties. Puck gets dumped into the Bruins zone down to our left. Peak and Aho battle for it in the corner. Pasternak in a backhand behind the net. And Lindholm from the far circle. Turns away from Jarvis and brings it back toward the far circle. Now carries out to his own blue line. Drops it back into the zone for Pasternak to gain some steam. On the left side, here's Minton. Pulls up inside the Carolina line. Far circle. Lindholm on the wall against Jarvis. Pushed it toward the corner. Minton comes crashing in there after it. He'll bring it free to the back of the net. Around to the near side circle. Trying to feed it across for Pasternak. Miller gets a stick on it. Peak hands to Pasternak out center blue line. Onto the near side for Lindholm. Pass back it toward the far side. Yep. And got away from him.
You look at it in that last shift, and then there was some pushing and shoving after the whistle. And a little lifelike for the Bruins in terms of getting that intensity in this game. There was a couple good shifts they've had in that offensive zone, and see if that helps them.
Usnadinov with some speed coming in across the Carolina line from the near circle. Had a backhand it down the wall. Get some help from Asamont. Kicked out toward the front of the net. Usnadinov gets knocked down going for it in the corner, but got it back to Jokiharju. On to Lohrei far side, trying to get away from Svechnikov. Brings it all the way in behind the Carolina net out in front. Jokiharju's one-timer is blocked up and out of play.
That's activate the D. Lohrei makes a nice move. Goes around the net, and it's 2 defensemen, right? With the opportunity, Jokiharju moving into the right wing circle, looking for the quick one-timer from off the pass from Lohrei. I think that puck deflected, but certainly more movement, more urgency in that offensive zone right now.
24 seconds left on the Miners. 11 minutes even to play here in the third. Geekie and Zaka with Lohrei and Jokiharju, the 4-man unit for the Bruins. Geekie against Stahl on the faceoff. Carolina will win that one. Miller circles back behind Kochetkov. Takes it out toward the far circle and moves it ahead. Skating into the Boston zone, Nystrom peels toward the corner to keep away from Geekie. Now that far circle and a shot that catch the iron.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Shot by Ehlers. Second time he's hit the post tonight.
Yeah, he's got to be. Just, what do I have to do? He was a big signing in the offseason. He's a good player. They'll come for him at some point.
He's on a 7-game point streak right now.
I know, but
it's not quite.
The goal scored early in the year is hard to come by for him. I mean, those first handful of games, 10, 15 games, 10, 12 games, I should say, have been a little.
4 goals on the year. They've all come in the last 7 games. Peak directs it out into neutral ice. 10 minutes even to play here in the third. Teams are at full strength here. Carolina still leading 2-0. Kastelik able to knock one away from Walker into the Carolina zone, but out between the circles to play it was Kochetkov.
I heard the general manager talking in an interview recently saying he's been involved in his line's been involved in a lot of goals. He hasn't been involved in them in terms of getting a point. He's been that third assist guy.
Bruins whistled offside here. We'll take a break with 9:39 to go in the third period. Carolina 2, Bruins nothing on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
The Honda Ridgeline is designed to adapt to every part of your life. Going camping? Its in-bed trunk fits all the gear for your outdoor adventures. The Honda Ridgeline, a truck for everything that makes you, you.
TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Card eligibility restrictions and terms apply. Learn more at td.com/TD Garden Perks. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins and the Boston Celtics.
Good news, homeowners. Over the last 5 years, home values have increased more than 40%. Bad news, homeowners. Some of you haven't adjusted your insurance to cover your home's increased value, which means a natural disaster could also be a financial disaster. Relax, people. Talk to an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll make sure you have the coverage you need today to ensure a happy tomorrow. Safety insurance will help you manage life storms.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I gotta dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
The Honda Ridgeline is designed to adapt to every part of your life. Going camping? Its in-bed trunk fits all the gear for your outdoor adventures. The Honda Ridgeline, a truck for everything that makes you, you.
Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
9:39 to play in regulation. Bruins down 2-0 to the Carolina Hurricanes. Face-off coming up in the neutral zone. Minton out to take the draw. Jeannot and Pasternak on his wings. Stahl wins the face-off, and we get a whistle down. Do it again. Stahl's going to get kicked out of this one. So it'll be Minton and Martinook instead. And they drop it. Hurricanes win it. Stahl redirects a pass from Nystrom deep into Boston territory. Lohrei goes back behind the net, sends it around to the far side. Jeannot trying to tap it off the boards, but he and Nystrom are locked up over there. Now Minton from the top of the face-off circle. Puck comes careening across the ice. Pasternak gloves it onto his stick. Zadorov pass ahead for Jeannot. Got it into the Carolina zone. Minton chasing into the far corner against Nystrom. Jeannot battling with Stahl. And caught a high stick.
Maybe holding the stick.
Stahl reacted like he might have caught one up high.
I thought it was holding the stick in the corner. You're probably right.
And so it appears as though the Bruins will be shorthanded here with 9:06 left as Jeannot headed toward the penalty box.
Trying to establish the forecheck, and I think it was Stahl that caught the high stick, right?
Yeah.
He's battling in the corner, and it's actually Minton's stick that catches him. It's not Jeannot's. They got the wrong guy.
They did.
But it was Minton caught him up high. It was a high stick.
Yeah, he did get it.
First period was a high stick too.
Correct crime.
Yeah, they're gonna
correct this here.
Oh, let's correct this one.
Can't correct the high stick that they missed that hit Tufte in the first period.
Yeah, it's Minton that should be in the box. They're both penalty killers, so they think the crowd thinks they're going to rescind it, but they're not.
So they didn't call this a double minor, so they can't go back and look at the replay.
No, they're just they're going to get the right guy.
Right.
Rod Brittenworth's like, what's going on? Go over and talk to Stone, assistant guy. Go over and talk to him, find out what's going on. And it's not much, but the stick was up there. Yeah. Crowd's going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
They're happy now, but they're going to be disappointed.
They're taking Jeannot out of the penalty box, and that's the reason for the reaction to the crowd. But here comes Fraser Minton from the bench, and so they're going to boo here in a second. So 9:06 to go. Power play number 2 of the night for the Hurricanes. And a chance for them to try to extend this 2-0 lead. Gostisbehere's got it center of the blue line, gives over to Aho for a one-timer, and that one tipped and goes out of play.
And it's hockey season, the perfect time to get a high-efficiency peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
9 seconds off the penalty time. Face off to Swayman's left. Corrali against Aho. Corrali wins it cleanly. Peak along the end boards, gets turned away from it. Here's a chance for Aho, far circle, and Swayman makes the save. Puck broke off him to the end wall. It'll come free back toward the point. Gostisbehere bringing to the center of the blue line. Ehlers left circle. Down low, gets it right back from Svechnikov. Ehlers throws it in front. Redirected on Swayman, who made the save, and Peak will clear that one all the way down. 1:25 to go on the power play. 8.5 minutes to go here in the third. Gostisbehere fires one ahead for Svechnikov. Pivots away from Zadorov. Plays it off the near boards to Ehlers. And his shot, save made Swayman. No rebound that time.
Yep, Jarvis is on the doorstep, and Swayman makes sure that one gets gobbled up.
1:13 to go on the Hurricanes power play, and they will switch up the unit. 8:18 to go now in regulation. Zaka will match up against Logan Stankoven on the faceoff. Swayman plays it toward the side of the net here for Zadorov. Pushed up the near wall by Jokiharju, and that will get through Walker and all the way down. Halfway through the Minton high-sticking minor. Pass into the skates of Stankoven. Keeps it alive, moving near side for Miller, and wrapped it deep into the Bruins zone. Zadorov fanned on a clearing effort. Blake able to poke it back toward the far corner. To the near side, it'll come to Hall. Walker sets up, gave it up, got it right back. On the center of the blue line. Pass over to Blake, far side. At the top of the face-off circle. Down low, and Hall trying to bang it in along the far post. Swayman was there with the pad. And the puck is cleared all the way down ice by Steves. Kochetkov going to fire one ahead to the attacking blue line now to Miller, and right back in they come. Centering pass taken away by Lindholm. Backhands it out of the zone. Here's Corrali shorthanded. Corrali near circle, floats it across. Kastelik in front, trying to get it to his stick in time.
Just the puck was bouncing on him a little bit. It wasn't a flat pass.
Lindholm a takeaway inside the Bruins zone. He's got Kastelik coming back through the neutral ice. Power play ends. Minton out of the box, joins the rush. Kastelik gives it to him from the slot. Glove save by Kochetkov, and he hangs on.
That's a confidence save right there, Kochetkov. He made that one look easy.
Yeah.
That was a good glove save. But yeah, you got a partial 2-on-1, and Corrali, he gets pressure coming down the right wing side. He tries to make this pass over to Kastelik, but it's kind of bouncing a little bit. It's a rolling puck. And Kastelik tries to take it on the backhand, and it kind of explodes on him, so he never really cleanly got a chance.
6:58 to go. 2-0 Carolina. Face off in the offensive zone here for Minton. Hurricanes control it. Lobbed up and out of the zone by Carrier. Zadorov chased by Martinook. Sends the puck behind the net. Off the near boards from Lohrei. Gostisbehere did not keep that in. Delayed offside. Hurricanes tag up. Lohrei will carry out this time. Pass ahead to Pasternak coming through neutral ice. Lost it coming into the Carolina zone. Martinook will bat it back out. Zadorov back in his own end. Gives to Lohrei. Mason's pass up the left side for Pasternak. Bumped off stride. Puck comes deep. Jeannot trying to get it to Pasternak at the far circle. Instead, Jankowski will play it out of the corner around the near side. Peak gets it right back in behind Kochetkov. Jankowski in the far corner again. Got it to the blue line. Pasternak got a piece of it, kept it in briefly, but now it's forced out. Minton trying to play it back in. And instead will come back toward the Boston zone with Andrew Peak. Pasternak off the left side for Husnedinov. Just inside the Carolina zone. Played it down toward the corner. Steered back up the wall by Hall. Race for it at the Boston line. Robinson gets there first and gets a shot off in the far circle. Save made by Swayman. Around it comes toward Aho at the far circle. Got a hand for Svechnikov. Peak helped break that up. Robinson backhanded toward the corner. Aho lost it. Usnadinov. It's knocked down, pushing it up the boards. Peak will play it up the near side. And we get a penalty coming here against Carolina. So with 5:21 to go, down 2. Bruins are going to get a power play chance here as Svechnikov goes into the box.
Carolina penalty number 37, 2 minutes hooking.
So hooking the call against Svechnikov. And the Bruins will get their third power play chance of the game when we come back. 5:21 to go in regulation. It's a 2-0 Hurricanes lead on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Engines roar, tires grip.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda wonderland of your own with a great offer on a rugged new Passport, a winter-ready Pilot, or a Ridgeline with available all-terrain tires. Hurry into your local Honda dealer and experience the wonder of Happy Honda Days with a great deal on your favorite Honda today.
Driving in a Honda wonderland.
See dealer for financing details.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season helps score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate $100 to help end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive locally. Every time we feed the puck for a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger up to $50,000. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Want the lowest price on name brand tires? Town Fair Tire beats all the competition. We beat the wholesale clubs, we beat online prices, we beat all local tire dealers. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. Champions play here. The Sports Hub.
Jeremy Swayman's first period stop on a Seth Jarvis breakaway is tonight's electric play delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to GCEnighttrain.com to order. Bruins down 2-0, 5:21 to go. Svechnikov to the box for hooking. And so a Boston power play here will be their third of the night as they try to get on the board and cut this lead in half.
The urgency and execution. You just had a commercial timeout. You had plenty of time to rest and talk about it over by the bench.
Zaka will take the face-off. They've got Husnadinov out there on this unit as Lindholm's shot gets knocked down in front.
They tried to give Blumel a chance there. First couple power plays they had.
Lindholm's pass down low looking for Pasternak, redirected up off the glass by Miller. Pasta will play it off the wall to Geekie, back to Lindholm, center, blue line one-timer. Husnadinov, I think, got a piece of that on its way through, and Kochetkov made the save. Geekie out of the left wing corner. Pasternak back to Geekie, far circle, takes his time, deals it across, just missed Pasternak coming down the near side. Lindholm from the blue line.
Offside.
So he dragged it back out of the zone offside. And it's 27 left on the power play.
A little more urgency there.
Yeah, so
you're almost, sorry, you're almost, I think there's too much time on the clock. You're almost tempted to
pull Swayman.
Yeah.
And
go 6 on 4.
Still 4:48 left.
Just because they haven't done a lot on the power play or 5 on 5, so.
Down 2 here. Puck gets dumped in behind Swayman. Bounced off his stick into the far corner.
I'm saying it's a thought.
Yeah. It's aggressive, but you haven't been able to find the scoreboard yet. Pasternak sends across to the far side. Zaka tipped it across the line. Backhands it across to open ice. Here's Pasternak at the near circle. Trying to turn away from the Keeshan. Geekie looking back for Pasternak. That got blocked. Zaka along the end boards. Pasternak toward the far corner. 53 to go in the power play. A centering pass for Zaka taken away and cleared by Jarvis.
Good read by Jarvis there.
44 left on the power play. 4 minutes even to go here in the third period. Bruins down 2. Tufte gets bumped off stride coming to the attacking blue line. Now it's Geekie looking for some space.
Geekie and Pastrnak stay.
Can't find entry. Turning back in the neutral ice. Crowd getting anxious. Lohrei going to try to carry it across. Gives to Pastrnak on that left side. And the pass back into the middle. Trickles out across the blue line. Eyssimont to Pastrnak. Right side. Pastrnak able to stick handle through. Bouncing puck came in front, and Eyssimont had it skip past him. It'll be cleared back around the near side. That'll do it for the power play. Svechnikov out of the box. Pass kept away from Blumel at the Carolina line. Svechnikov going to carry back into the Boston zone, and a shot up high on the chest protector of Swayman. Drops into his glove for a whistle.
The first portion of that power play was decent, and then so you had Pastrnak and Geekie stay. You had kind of a makeshift second unit going, and they really had trouble getting the puck into the zone. Pastrnak took a pretty good hit by Walker after he made that outside in move and then tried to make the pass to Eyssimont going to the net.
Got 3:12 left here. Carolina with a 2-0 lead. Defensive zone face-off for Corrali against Jankowski. And Jankowski getting a lecture from the linesman as he gets kicked out of the circle. Hall gets in there in his place. Corrali beats him on the draw. Zadorov gives behind the net. Jokiharju. Long pass to center ice for Steves. Steves just brings Zadorov in.
Set play.
Here's Kastelik off a centering pass. Knocked off his stick and volleyed back out towards center. Under 3 minutes to play. Jokiharju starts the Bruins out of his own zone. Kastelik able to tip it off the wall right to Steves coming down the far circle with a shot. Stick saved by Kochetkov. Corrali waited to the back of the net, but picked off there by Nystrom. Back out towards center. And Hall has it on the right side circle, coming right to the net, and he scores. Taylor Hall adds an insurance goal for Carolina with 2:33 to go. It's 3-0 Hurricanes. Hall, who had an assist on one of the goals in the second period, burns his former team here with his 5th goal of the season.
Yeah, Zadorov tries to corral that puck right in front of the Bruins bench. Can't quite do it. So Hall's coming down his off wing, the right side, trying to settle a bouncing puck, and makes a nice move, actually. Individual effort to cut to the middle here. Jokiharju's the defenseman back. He's taking Robinson away, but allows Hall to walk to the front of the net on his forehand and tuck this puck past the right pad of Swayman.
So a 3-0 Hurricanes lead. 2:33 to go. And Carolina able to force it into the Bruins zone here with Peak backhanding behind the net to Lindholm in the far corner. Tufte directed out towards center ice. Ehlers will bring back toward his own line. And now Blake. Ehlers carries through the neutral zone. Pulls up just inside the Boston line. Stumbles down to a knee. Pass across. Picked off by Tufte. He's going to dump it down into the Carolina zone looking for the carom. And he gets it right to Eyssimont. Eyssimont trying to get to the net. Got hooked by Nikishin. And we're going to get a Carolina penalty here. Swayman headed to the bench for the extra attacker. And the whistle comes with 1:52 to go. So Boston will get their 4th power play chance.
Carolina penalty number 21. 2-minute minor for hooking.
Keish into the box for Hook. And Boston another opportunity to try to get on the board and avoid being shut out for the first time this season. Zacha will take the face-off. Again, it's Zacha, Geekie, Husnudinov, Pastrnak, and Lindholm. Lindholm gives over to Pastrnak on the near side of the blue line. Tried to play it through Martinook. Broke his stick, did Martinook. Pastrnak whips it toward the slot, cut off by Stahl, and sent all the way down.
David is a little frustrated right now. He hasn't had his game here today. I'd say that for a number of players.
Zaka will drag it ahead to the Carolina line. Pasternak had it taken away by Aho. Jarvis trying for another shorthanded rush, but couldn't get that puck moving. Geeky down the left wing circle for the Bruins. Minute 10 to go. Pasternak in the far corner. Back toward Lindholm at the left point. Over to Zaka near side. Had to corral it. Turns away from Miller. Geeky one touched along for Husnudinov. That didn't connect. And cleared all the way down by Nyström. 52 seconds to play. Mason Lohrei starts the Bruins out of their own zone. Pass on the right side. Missed everyone. Comes back toward the red line. Blumel will kick it back toward Lohrei. Skates it to the center ice circle. Jokiharju moves it right side for Tufte. Coming down the near circle. In the corner. Shoved by Riley. Tufte centered for Blumel. Shot save made by Kochetkov. Rebound pushed up the near wall. Lohrei keeps in. 20 seconds to play. Blumel batted it toward Jokiharju. Off of Tufte. Here's Asamon stuffer near post. And they get a second chance and they score. And I believe Riley Tufte might get this one.
Oh, yeah. On the rebound after the stuff attempt.
So it'll be his first as a Bruin with 9.6 to go. Unfortunately, it just draws the Bruins back to within 3-1.
Good pressure by that unit. And that's a simple, greasy play, right? Just get the puck to the front on the stuff attempt, and it's keep it alive and Tufte battling in front. Gonna chip it home on the rebound.
Face off at center ice, won by Jankowski, brought back into the Carolina zone. It's rimmed around the near boards. Blumel will cut it off. And the final seconds tick off as Asamon's shot goes wide, and Carolina will even up the season series at a game apiece as they come to Boston and frustrate the Bruins. A 3-1 victory for the Hurricanes tonight as the Bruins get ready to head out on the West Coast road trip. We'll be back to recap it in a moment on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
The Honda Ridgeline is designed to adapt to every part of your life. Going camping? Its in-bed trunk fits all the gear for your outdoor adventures. The Honda Ridgeline, a truck for everything that makes you, you.
TD Bank's here for an assist with a special checking and savings account offer for new customers. Perfect for fans of the Bruins. Learn more at td.com/garden offer or stop by any TD Bank location in New England. Terms and eligibility apply. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Bruins.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
When it's really cold, you'll feel it in your bones. And your house will feel it in its pipes. Of course, if your pipes burst, you're going to feel it in your wallet, too. That's why Safety Insurance offers discounts to Massachusetts and New Hampshire homeowners if you have water leak devices or freeze detection systems. It's smart to think safety first. Ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life storms.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
Hey, it's Zoe, and I'm pumped to get our football team back to their winning ways, and our coach knows it starts with being prepared and a winning playbook. And when it comes to technology, nobody prepares your company for the future better than my friends at Oakers Technologies. Because for over 100 years, the Oakers playbook has been unstoppable, and I'm talking about full IT, infrastructure rebuilds, to your everyday AV upgrades, and that's what it means to be future ready. Be sure to tune in all season long to hear from our coach during his weekly and post-game press conferences powered by Oakers, proud partner of your New England Patriots.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
The Honda Ridgeline is designed to adapt to every part of your life. Going camping? Its in-bed trunk fits all the gear for your outdoor adventures. The Honda Ridgeline, a truck for everything that makes you, you.
The game is on the Sports Hub.
Played up the far boards, but Gostisbehere gets there to keep in. Got it through some traffic to Walker. Back to the far side circle. Shot knocked down, and they score. Jankowski able to bang home that rebound with 6:26 to go here in the second. Carolina's up 2. And Carolina would win it by the final score of 3-1 here tonight at TD Garden. Bruins able to break the shutout with just under 10 seconds to go. Riley Tufte from Asimon and Yoki Haru on the power play avoids a shutout for the first time this season for the Bruins. But 3-1 victory for Carolina, who frustrated the Bruins through much of this one. Weren't able to generate a whole lot. They got some little positive momentum going in the third period, but never really were able to threaten.
They doubled their shot attempts in the third period, right? And when Carolina already had a 2-0 lead, you had 24 shot attempts through the first 2 periods. That's kind of indicative of the way the game went. It was in no second opportunities. Ironically, the only goal that they scored was on a second opportunity, right? A rebound chance. So it wasn't there for the Bruins today. The legs weren't there. The intensity level wasn't quite where it needed to be. The execution certainly wasn't where it needed to be. Lots of turnovers. They had 19 through 2 periods, trying to get pucks out of the zone. Carolina was jumping the forwards on the wings and keeping pucks in. It was not a game. And Carolina is not a team that you can afford to be off your game on, against. Because if they're, if you're Carolina, you're sitting there saying, we locked it down today. We were really good, and if you're the Bruins, which I'm sure, that's part of it, but we weren't on our game either.
Sure.
So, it depends on your perspective. But I think that the Bruins would fully admit that they didn't have that extra jump, extra step to create a forecheck, to get to the front of the net, to make Kochetkov work a little bit, to get speed through the neutral zone, to execute coming out of their own zone, for the power play to be effective. I mean, you can go all down the line and find a lot of things that the Bruins just weren't sharp on here today.
Well, we mentioned it during the second intermission, but just the physical level that we have come to know from this Bruins team over the first quarter of the season just wasn't there tonight, whether it was because they couldn't get enough speed generated or what have you, but there just wasn't a lot of hitting in this game from start to finish.
No, I mean, and not every game's going to be like that, you're going to have some games over an 82-game schedule where it's just not going to be there.
Sure.
I mean, as much as you want it to be, it's not quite going to be there. And today was one of those days, so you have to win in different ways. The execution has to be on, and it just wasn't. You got out of the first period. Marco Sturm talked about how important that first 20 minutes was going to be. It's scoreless. Carolina was probably the better skating team in the first period, but it's scoreless. You got through it. Okay, let's go to work here in the second. And the second ended up being the period where they really had a lot of trouble coming out of their own zone. Some needless icings. One of the icings came back to hurt them because it was a face-off, and Carolina scores eventually. They got 2 goals in similar fashion with pucks that I don't even think got through to Swayman. One certainly didn't get through to Swayman. The other one might have, but bodies in front and a rebound chance. Stahl's goal is pretty good, right? He's being his one arm is being held by Peak, and the other arm, with one hand on his stick, he's able to chip it home on a rebound chance. So But so both goals kind of identical, and then the third goal for Hall was a little bit garbage time, but still, one that probably could have been defended a little bit better as well. But just not enough urgency, power play wise, not enough urgency 5-on-5 to get in on the forecheck, and consequently, Carolina gets the lead and they kind of lock it down.
And now a 4-game road trip that starts on Wednesday night. Anaheim, L.A., and San Jose and the Islanders all coming up between now and Thanksgiving.
Anaheim and L.A. are 1 and 2 in the Pacific Division. And L.A. lost today, but they have been on a 4-game win streak. So Anaheim had a good run. They've lost 3 in a row. But those are the first 2 games of the trip, Anaheim and then L.A.
Service Credit Union and Charlie McAvoy have teamed up for the 73 Reasons campaign this season to donate $250,000 to cover heart screens and cancer screens for police and firefighters, donating $200 for every blocked shot and $1,000 every shutout. So far this season, Boston has blocked 346 shots, no shutouts. So Service Credit Union has donated $69,200. Learn more now at servicecu.org/73 reasons. Carolina wins it 3-1. We'll be back to wrap things up from TD Garden next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
No time of the year sounds better than the holidays. We look forward to the opening of new presents, heading out with family to see holiday lights, then racing back home to enjoy a traditional family meal. Or sometimes running back out to grab the last-minute gift. Get into the holiday spirit during the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Get offers on select models now through January 5th. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Hey, you could win a brand new high-efficiency gas furnace free from Rodenizer Home Services. If your furnace is 10 years or older, go to rodenizer.com/5 free furnaces, no purchase necessary, rules online.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I gotta dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's. For over 37 years, College Hype has been Boston's go-to for high-quality custom apparel. From screen printing to embroidery, they do it all. In-house with unmatched craftsmanship and lightning-fast turnaround. They're your one-stop shop for all your custom apparel. Whether it's for your school, business, or big event, they bring your brand to life with gear that stands out and lasts. Visit collegehype.com to see what the hype is all about. That's collegehype.com. College Hype, making a difference, one t-shirt at a time.
Builders, remodelers, and homeowners, listen up. Partner with one of the most trusted, independently owned lumberyards and showrooms around, Cape Cod Lumber and CCL Homescapes. Visit CCL's newly renovated kitchen